Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. It is Monday, the 8th of February, and we are back for another Monday night live show. Hope everyone is well. Obviously joined by the brothers Matt and Drifty. How are you guys doing today? The aftermath.
I'll be real with you. Me and Drifty haven't spoke that much, but I think it's not a coincidence that we're both wearing black. Except for he's got the hoodie and I've got the hat on. I think that says a lot, bro. You're the only one bringing a bit of flair to the show with your red top, bro. I'll be honest with you.
I had to. All my black ones are in the wash at the moment.
Fair play. Well, yeah, so it's by default, innit? Yeah, by default that you're not wearing black.
I almost just wore a turtleneck tonight, just a black plain turtleneck. It was just have the black shades on and say, "Yep, that's it."
Bro, it's peak out here, bro.
It's crazy, but lovely to have you guys back as well with us. First super chat of the day. AM, what's up, brothers? AA, what's up to you? Hope everyone is well. First and foremost, a massive thank you to everyone who sent in their reviews. We got, what was it, Drift? Like 13 reviews we got this time?
It was our biggest show, yeah, definitely.
Biggest by a distance. So guys, massive thank you. As we said, didn't want to lose out on that show, but we weren't getting too many, so we didn't know if it's something you guys wanted. And you've once again come up trumps for us. So thank you very much for being the amazing Kop-Ish community that you are. This show, we're going to be chopping up, guys. We're going to be speaking a lot about Klopp today. I think it's only right. Before we get into it, a caveat, a disclaimer: we are not Klopp out. I repeat, Matt is not Klopp out. I am not Klopp out. Drifty is not Klopp out. I repeat for the last time, Kop-Ish is not Klopp out. However, he does deserve criticism, and his performances as a manager this season should be scrutinized. He's a human being at the end of the day. We're content creators. It's our job to do it. So without further ado, Matt and Drift, I'm going to kind of put you both on the spot, and I'm not trying to do this to catch you out. But again, you guys know I'm a bit nerdy when it comes to going deep into Liverpool stuff. I've gone through last season and this season's results so far.
Yeah.
From an overall point of view, out of 10, Drift, I'll start with you. What would you give Klopp as a rating so far this season?
5.
5, cool. Matt? 6. Couple people saying 4. All right. I'm going to really dive into this now. But before I do, I'm going to read a couple super chats. So, Kop-Ish fan here, Klopp out. Fair enough. More than entitled to your opinion. Jamie Phillips, Klopp needs to play centre-backs he has bought right now and get Fab and Hendo back in midfield. We look totally different team. Fully agree with that. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do now, and I hope not to take up too much of your time, I'm going to go through all of our results from the beginning of the season till now. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I think it may potentially change your mind on your rating. So I'm going to start from the top. Leeds United, we played them first game of the season, beat them 4-3. They went to Stamford Bridge, won 2-0. Lincoln City, won 7-2. Arsenal, we beat 3-1. Then our first loss of the season was against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, where we went out on penalties. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to ask you guys, from your memories of that game, would you say Klopp was to blame for anything he did in that game? And I know I'm kind of putting you guys on the spot here.
Someone's going to need to rebuff my memory about what happened during that game.
Yeah, right, you'd have to give us a bit of context because I can't even remember, Carl. if I'm
In
being
that
real.
game, we pretty much dominated the game. Reece Williams had a really good game. He played up against Pepe, who was predominantly on his side and pocketed Pepe. Minamino missed a gilt-edge open goal chance where he rattled off the crossbar.
Yes, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The game went to penalties. Origi and Harry Wilson missed their penalties and Arsenal progressed. All right.
Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
Would any of you say that Klopp was to blame for that loss, or would you say that's down to individual errors?
Individual errors. Yeah, individual errors, because even though Minamino missed a sitter, Klopp can't do anything more than tell Minamino to do what you got to do. If he misses a sitter, then he misses a sitter. And in the penalty shootout, let's be real, penalty shootout is a lottery. I know you can be the best penalty taker in world football and you can still miss. We've seen some of the greats miss penalties. So that's why when it comes to
who missed the penalty, sorry?
Harry Wilson.
Two people who always score their penalties normally. That's the lottery of a penalty.
There you go. So that's why I'm not blaming.
Also, I will say in that game, I actually think Origi should have started that game, but he didn't. He came on as a sub. So maybe that's the one thing you could say against Klopp in that game. All right, but we'll go to the next fixture.
Yeah. And that he played Harry Wilson knowing that there was no bearing on him having a future season at the club. You could say that as well. What's the point in playing a guy you know you're going to loan out? That doesn't really make sense.
Do you know what, Drift? I would argue say...
we had no other players at the time either.
And not even that. I can't remember. Was this before the transfer window? Because if it was, I would arguably say maybe he played him, Drift, to kind of like try and bump up his value, really. You know, like put man in the shop window.
But you can't sacrifice the cup to bump man's price up. I don't like that.
No, I don't mean that. But he's probably thinking, I rate Harry Wilson. I don't know if I rate him to start for Liverpool. But if people want to buy him, I've actually still got to show people what he can do. And it's not like he doesn't trust him. Because in my opinion, I don't think Klopp will play a player he doesn't trust. I will say that. I don't think Klopp would ever play a player, in my opinion, or at least, you know, in an important game, that he doesn't really trust. And we've seen it. He didn't really trust Minamino. Hence why Minamino never really started any of our Premier League games, even though he's got that goal against Crystal Palace. So, yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's the Carabao Cup game. The next loss was against Aston Villa. Sorry, guys. While I'm doing this, I might just ask you guys to just keep up the super chats for me.
Yeah, of course.
So next game is Aston Villa 7-2. Can he... Not to say that he's devoid of any blame. Like anytime your team gets beaten 7-2, the manager has to be looked at. But who would you say, again, takes most of the blame for that? The players or the manager?
I think that's a 50-50, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah. I think 50% Adrian and 50% Klopp.
Yeah.
But I'd arguably say Gomez and Trent probably had their worst games as Liverpool players in that game as well, though.
Yeah, but
to be fair, the whole back line was absolute dog shit that game. So.
It was. Adrian didn't help one bit, like what you said. Adrian, even though he wasn't necessarily at fault for every single goal, he was so nervous, it made everyone else nervous. Like, I'm going to a different game here, but you know the game I'm going to talk about, Cal. Do you remember the game in the Champions League where Adrian decided to challenge Joe Gomez for the ball? Like they were on opposite sides.
Yeah,
bro. Gomez looked. Do you see the look that Gomez gave him? You ever seen that the slow mo on Twitter?
Yeah,
where you see Gomez do this.
He's like, it's in like, bro. What you playing? Like, what you doing? What you doing? Like,
bro, what are you doing, man? So yeah.
Jamie Phillips, Klopp's doing a great job, but if you haven't got the tools, you can't build the house. We're gonna get into that. We are gonna get into that. So I'll be honest, guys. I'm gonna say Klopp takes about 25% of the blame for the Villa game. But I get where you're coming from, Drift, with the 50-50. The next time we dropped points was against Manchester City in a 1-1 at the Etihad. And we all kind of came away from that game thinking we could have played a lot better, but we're happy with a draw. In hindsight, what would you say about Klopp's performance that day?
The City game, innit? Etihad.
Say that again, Audrey.
I think it was kind of poor. And that's based on the fact that instead of just sticking with what we're good at, but dropping his favourite player, he changed the whole system to accommodate his player, who had an absolute shocking game. And if you're gonna change the system for a player, that player needs to at least turn up in that game. And Firmino did fuck all in that match. So I think quite a lot of blame has to go on Klopp for instead of just keeping it how it is, but letting Jota do his thing. He actually played Jota in the worst position Jota could play in our team, which is on the right.
Yeah.
So he didn't just accommodate Firmino in the team. He also played Jota in Jota's worst position. So what was the point in playing Jota in the game if you're not going to let him thrive where he's good? Yeah. So for me, that game was actually a bit of a mess up. I'm going to give 50% blame to Klopp for that one as well.
Cool.
Yeah, for that Man City game, he played it safe in the sense of he didn't want to upset no one. He didn't want to upset Firmino, so he played him.
Yeah.
When the man that was on form was Jota leading up to that game, and everyone was like, and that's why there was that conundrum of, do you go with the tried and tested, or do you go with the man on form? Do you go with the guy that threatening to break up the original front three? And in my opinion, he should have went with Jota to start the game. He didn't, and it kind of cost us. I won't go as far as to say Firmino was shocking. He had a bad game, but I do remember there was one counter, and maybe it's just one thing in it. Maybe it's just one thing for what I can remember. I remember we had one counter, and Firmino done some really good hold-up play, and I think we could have scored from that attack. But when you look at it as a whole, he was poor.
He was poor that day.
Do you know what it is? Klopp like really like shoehorned him into the team when he didn't need to. It's like, bro, Firmino's been your guy for how many years? And it's okay to tell, man, you're normally my lieutenant, but there's a guy here that's absolutely firing right now. So I'm going to use you off the bench if we need you, and just be ready. He didn't do that. So, yeah, I kind of have to agree with Drift. It cost us, 3 points. We could have won that game, man, if we went more offensive.
Man City at that time were there to be destroyed. They started.
Yeah, because they're in bad form.
Yeah.
Bad form.
Sorry, guys. My mistake. Miracle, you brought this to my attention as well. Everton, I'm going to be real with you. That's not on the players. That's not on Klopp. That's on
Pickford and Richarlison.
Yeah, Pickford, Richarlison, and the whole refereeing structure.
Yeah,
not even just individual. The whole refereeing.
VAR, the FA. Let's be real. That was. That, should I tell you why? People might say, Matt, you're overreacting. I'm not overreacting. Do you want to know why? Since that game has happened, how many months have passed, and we've had an apology. Remember, we've had an apology, so to speak, or a half-hearted one when they said, yeah, looking back at it now, Pickford should have been sent off. I'm sorry. Why not do your job when it actually really counted during the game? Don't tell us this now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, man, that whole thing there, Klopp could have done nothing about that game. If anything, Klopp has nothing to blame. And you can't blame Klopp for that. He played the strongest 11. That's our best 11
we've had all season.
Yeah. But obviously, our fan has never seen that first 11 again since. That's heartbreaking if you're Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. The next game we lost was against Atalanta in the Champions League, 2-0. We were poor that night. But Klopp kind of did play I'm trying to remember the team he played, actually.
Hold on. Was that the game? Hold on.
That was at Anfield. We beat them. We beat them away. Yeah. We lost 2-0.
Did we lose 2-0 to Atlanta at Anfield?
Yeah. Yeah, we smashed them away from home.
Yeah, no, we supposed to. For some reason, I don't know why. I thought we got a draw. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me trying to block it out. Mental block, innit?
Yeah. I think that's more on the players that game. The next one was Brighton and Hove Albion. We drew 1-1.
Yeah.
He took off Salah. I remember him taking off Salah quite early in that game.
He did. And who did he bring on? Can you remember?
You know what, Matt? Memory evades me, you know.
Can you not remember in the comments who he took off Salah for? Because I'm trying to think.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Can you remember, Drift?
I know Jota got a goal. I know he didn't start. He didn't start Mane. He brought on Mane for Salah.
Oh, so we didn't start Mane in that game.
No, he didn't start Mane. He started Jota, Firmino, and Salah.
Aha.
And Jota got a goal. But Salah was arguably our most influential player that day.
Just quickly, because before we get too far ahead, because this is based on the game we've already talked about. Gagandir with a super chat, big up, bro. Evening, guys, another great show. Like the way you've structured this from the start. Klopp was to blame for that Aston Villa game because it was a ridiculous high line. Do you know what? He's got a point, you know. Klopp, that's why I said it was 50-50, because at no point during that game did Klopp say, wow, we keep getting exposed, you lot sit 10 yards further deeper. He just kept playing that high line and just kept letting Grealish and them lot just run us ragged. So he's got a point there.
Yeah, he does. I think, do you know what it is? I feel like sometimes Pep and also Guardiola are the same in the sense of they always believe in their own source.
You mean they're the same because they are the same?
Yeah. You said Pep and Guardiola.
Sorry, my message Pep and Guardiola. You know what I meant to say? Pep and Klopp, they always believe in their own source, innit? Like, for example, when Pep normally plays most teams, they always play the same way. Regardless, remember, they've had bad results even against Leicester earlier on in the season. Nothing changed, bro. And I feel like Jurgen Klopp does the same thing. It's almost like he thinks, well, we're this good. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing because I know at some point we're just gonna fix up. But you know what gets me so annoying sometimes when I see Klopp do this, yeah? In that Villa game, when they scored like their third goal, as you said, Jeff, he's still playing the high line. And you know what really frustrates me sometimes is like, we concede the goal, they pan to Klopp, and Klopp sitting there or standing up on the touchline doing this. It's like, bruv, why are you smiling? We're getting like pummeled, and all you can do is smile and go, come on, bro. I want more than that. I need more than that. Change it up, bro.
But you know what? He's on that Arsene Wenger vibe, and that's one thing that does scare me slightly. He's very stubborn, and during that game, he probably didn't want to show weakness by changing the tactics, so he just let whatever happen.
Yeah, I don't like that though, because he does that a lot though. Sometimes it's like not like he's smug, but it's like he can't believe what's happening. But at the same time, it's like, well, then. You're a world-class manager. You're the best in the world. You could have foreseen this, so to speak, because you've seen how we've let any other goals. So why not make a tactical switch? Do you know what I mean? During the game. Yeah, he never did that, man. So yeah, we got pummeled that day, bro. Nothing.
Loudmouth show IG. I'm gonna come back to that super chat. So I'll read it out now, just acknowledge it, but I'll come back to that super chat. When do you think Kabak Davies will start? Do you think Shaq slows the game down? And which solid midfielder and centre half would you get in the summer transfer window? We'll come back to that. I've actually taken a picture of your super chat as well, so I will definitely come back to that later on in the show. Just want to finish this segment and then move on to the next one. So Brian Hove, we drew that game 1-1 after we got conceded a somewhat controversial soft penalty at the end with Welbeck.
Oh yeah, that one.
Would you say anyone's really to blame for that game? Or fundamentally, in fact, I won't say who's to blame. Would we say Klopp is to blame for not winning that game?
To a degree, because you beat Brighton. You've really just made me realise that we let Brighton take 5 points off us this season. Fucking no.
4 points.
No, but because they stopped us from getting because we got a draw and it should have been a win, then obviously that's 2 points dropped. So effectively, they took 5 points off us.
Oh, they took, yeah.
Brighton have taken 5 points off of Liverpool.
I hear you, but I don't think Klopp could have done much more in that game, if I'm going to be honest.
Really? So, Carl, I mean, maybe not Klopp, maybe the players,
I'm here to be challenged.
I'll be real with you, Carl. We're the current champions and we can't beat Brighton.
No,
we let them take 5 points off us.
I hear you, but that doesn't just automatically come down to the manager, though.
No. But I think even though the players, again, because it's the players that are on the pitch, I think the manager's got to look at something. So when things aren't going right, you've got to react. And let's be real, we're going to get into it a bit later, but some of his substitutions, bro, they're kind of mind-boggling, some of them. Some of them are.
They are very mind-boggling, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Like as just said, Brighton. If I said to you, other than Like, could you name their first 11, Cal? Like, real talk.
No, I couldn't.
Do you know how bad that is?
I
Bro,
couldn't.
it's peak,
They-
man.
Yeah, I couldn't. All right, the
I
next
can't.
game.
I know I can't.
The next game is Midtjylland. Now, this is the game for me where cracks really started to appear.
Was this the Jota one?
This is the Jota and the Salah game, and the game where Henderson came on, and Wijnaldum, and I think Mane. Did Mane come on in this game?
Yeah.
I think?
Yeah, it was, because I remember Drift was going mad when he was like, we actually finished against Midtjylland with our front three, if I remember. So it was Mane, Salah, and Firmino. I remember Drift kept on going on about it. And this is the game.
I'll never forget this stream because we all came on here with energy as if to say, what has Klopp done today? And we got such a backlash. It was unreal. Like, it actually took me back because it was like, God, are we completely missing something here?
Yeah.
Like, like, we got grilled, and it's only over time. It's only over time now where people are starting to be like, yeah, that Midtjylland game was a madness. Whereas, and again, it's not trying to say like we know more than you guys. It's just we were like, from the moment this happened, we were just like, what the hell is going on? And it's like that Jota injury. We've seen how devastating it's become for us.
Yeah,
we've seen
100%.
it, and it's like we haven't really recovered since that game, and it's very questionable. We didn't know why those players were started. There's been conspiracy theories that we needed to win that game, so FSG got extra money and things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Players. It was a bit crazy, but I think that game you've got to put down to the manager.
Yeah,
that was
100%.
Poor selection, poor tactics, and just all bad all over.
I agree. For me, we kept on saying it was remember, we kept on saying it's a throwaway game.
Throwaway.
We kept on saying we've already qualified. It don't matter. So my man put out a strong lineup, and lo and behold, when we came on stream, the first thing we kept on saying is, "See, this is why I shouldn't have played Jota," and people were coming for us. And again, it's each to their own. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's just our opinion, and we were getting battered. And as you said, I was generally thinking, I think when we finished the stream, I was like, have we missed something? Like, are we like, you know, when you're just, because you're thinking, if that many people are saying something, you're thinking to yourself, no, maybe we've missed something, you know, guys. Like, maybe we really have. But lo and behold, and it's not about who's right and who's wrong. You guys have realized what we saw. And it doesn't matter whether you saw it at the time or whether you saw it late, you just saw what we saw. And I'm glad you did, because you look at what's happened, what's transpired since then.
Yeah.
Jota's been out since November, innit? If I'm not mistaken, Carl.
Yeah.
November. And he was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that,
if
the rumours are true that they told him he's got to win the game to get the $2.5 million you get for a win in the Champions League.
Yeah.
First of all, that really fuels my FSG out. And secondly, maybe that's why we didn't get a January the 1st transfer. They were like, go earn some money if you want to go and buy a defender. And we didn't even win the game. So we got the injury and we didn't get the money.
Man on some Ozark tip, you know? Some Ozark tip. A-Spec Limited. How have we got collective burnout? The 10 most appearances at EPL since 2018, 5 Liverpool players and no more than 1 from other teams. A further 5 Liverpool players in the top 20 across the EPL. That's an amazing statistic. Thank you, A-Spec, for that. That's humbling, you know. I've got to be honest. That to me says Klopp doesn't trust the squad. He's got a group of players he trusts. The rest he'll throw in when he wants, but he doesn't fully trust these players.
Basically, you know, when we was younger and like our mums would be able to like make a good dinner out of anything. It's like FSG are doing that with Klopp. They just think it doesn't matter what player he has or what situation he has, because he's great. You just deal with it, and they're just putting man under a bag of stress. I'm not gonna lie, they are.
Yeah, Chazzy. Klopp isn't a tactician like Jose or Pep. He's an exceptional system and player developing manager, but he's not one to make subtle changes. I slightly disagree to an extent, but he's not for me. The thing is, we say Jose's tactically brilliant, but is that because he just sits up to defend? Because in my opinion, that's not tactically brilliant. I don't think it's that hard when you've got great defenders to set up to defend. I don't think that's very difficult. I think a lot gets misconstrued when it comes to Jose. When it comes to Pep, I've got to be honest, like Pep's quality, like no two ways about it, he's quality. But Jose, I don't know if I buy into Jose. And I do actually think Klopp's tactical nous is very underrated as well, even though he can improve quite a bit on it as well.
Yeah, I agree with that, I think.
I don't think it's his tactics. I think it's his stubbornness to not change at the right time. I think that like he always keeps on thinking, nah, it will come good, don't worry, it will come good. I reckon even when we went 2-1 down yesterday, he thought, no, it will come good, it will come good. And then it just fell apart. Do you know what I mean? That's why I didn't really do anything outlandish or, you know what I mean? He just thought, nah, it'll work, it will come good, it will come good. And
no, facts.
What I'm going to do, guys, as I said, just to finish off this segment, I'm taking pictures of your super chats so we don't miss them, and then I'll come back to them after this segment. So the next game after the Midtjylland game was the Fulham game. We drew 1-1. This is where the demise really started, let's be honest.
I bet you just start saying the win so I don't get so depressed.
Yeah. Not even that, Cal. Can we just kind of gloss? Can you just read it off like?
I'm getting more depressed as it goes.
All right, I'll read it from the Fulham game down. I'll read it, and we'll just say, do we think that result is Klopp or not? So we just say, Klopp
because it's getting too depressing out here.
Fulham 1-1.
Klopp's fault.
Klopp.
West Brom 1-1.
Klopp's fault.
Klopp.
I disagree with that. I think that was the players.
Yeah, but he played Reece. He shouldn't have.
No, but he didn't. He played Matip. He had to bring on Reece.
Oh yeah.
Matip got injured, didn't it? And then he brought on Reece.
Oh yeah.
And then remember, Curtis Jones gave away the corner. We conceded.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
No. That one wasn't on Klopp. Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Jones did make that error.
Newcastle United 0-0. Admittedly, I didn't watch this game, so one of you guys gonna have to let me know.
That game was terrible.
It was poor, bro. From what I remember, we didn't do anything.
Yeah,
we didn't offer anything.
That's got to be 50 on Klopp, 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 because Klopp, I don't know. And we're going to see a trend as well, Cal, because you can already see it, yeah?
Yeah, Southampton.
In them smaller teams, bro. Or so-called smaller teams. Newcastle's still obviously a big club, but you get what I'm trying to say. In terms of league level.
Yeah, of course.
Or league table, sorry.
Southampton, we lost 1-0. Klopp or not?
Yeah. Who scored the goal for them?
Ings from a Trent.
You know what? I'm gonna say the Southampton game was players. The players were so bad in that game.
Yeah.
Was that the one where Trent decided?
I don't know what Trent was trying to do with that. I don't know what he was trying.
Was that the malfunction where Trent went to go chest it and he stopped at the last minute?
Yeah. And then
man, just
sign knocks error or whatever you call it.
Yeah, man got the blue screen, innit? The Windows 10 blue screen or whatever it is.
Man went into safe mode,
yeah.
After that, then it was the Man United 0-0 at Anfield.
We were playing shit at that time, so I don't even think 0-0 was that bad of a result.
We were depleted as well. Our squad.
Yeah, I don't know if you could blame Klopp for that because he could only man could only just play the plays that he had at his disposal, innit? And just hope for the best. To be fair, you see that game there? I'm surprised in a weird way Man United didn't win because we're playing two midfielders for the first time. Was that the first game, Cal? We played Henderson and Fabinho at centre back together. Was that the first game? It was, innit?
Well, no, it wasn't. It was the first time they started the game. They played.
That's what I mean. Starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Did they play against? They might have played centre back against Southampton. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think they did.
You're right. It was their second.
Yeah.
But regardless whether it's first or second, they still remember that's only their second time playing together, though.
Yeah, they were solid.
Yeah, they done well. I'm not blaming Klopp for that, you know.
Then it's the Burnley game.
Do you want to know why I'm going to keep on saying it's 50-50 Klopp? Because all of these games are the games, and I'm saying, why has he not told the players to stop spamming crosses? And why is he still allowing us to be so nonchalant with the ball in the last third? Like, we're very, very wasteful. I don't remember the last time we took care of the ball in the final third. These men used to treat the ball like it was fragile, keep this way up. You know what I mean? They were very careful with it in the third half. Now their man are just, they've heard it's already broken and they're just dashing it all over the place. You can just hear bare psh, 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 psh. Nobody gives a shit. No delicacy, no nothing.
But again, is that not the players more so than Klopp?
Yes, you want to know what to
in charge, bro.
No, Klopp is in charge.
If your little one keeps misbehaving, it's him who's misbehaving. But at what point you turn around and go, as the parent, you should be fixing him up.
No, I hear that.
I kind of disagree. You know,
you can only do so much, though.
Yeah,
regardless, you can only do so much because if someone decides to do and again, when let's say Jurgen Klopp tells the players, yeah, like how Cow would say, right, I want like 50 million crosses in one game. The players can take the onus and go, this ain't working, Jurgen. We're gonna do something a little different. We're not gonna go against you fully. We're still gonna play some crosses, but we're still gonna try and mix it up because this ain't working, bruv. They are high quality. Some of them world class players. They can figure it out. Yeah. It can't be a case of if Jurgen Klopp like writes something in his diary and you follow it to a T. You've got to be able to adapt on that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You've got to be able to evolve, bro.
You say that, but if Klopp's not telling them to change, they're going to do what they're told by a man who's led them to the promised land.
But Drift,
it's a dead manager telling them what to do. It's the manager who's led us to glory, so they're gonna listen to him, bro.
No, but but the players will know within themselves whether it's working. So yes, let's say for the first couple of times, yeah, they listen to Klopp down to the T, and in this third game or whatever, they're like, "This really ain't working." I get what man's trying to say, but we kind of need to figure this one out as well. I'm pretty sure Jordan Henderson doesn't say to the players, guys, remember what Jurgen said? I'm pretty sure Henderson's like, use this, figure it out, lads. We've done this last season. Yes, Jurgen is a major part, a massive part as to why we won. But we also use this. We figured things out. That's what they're not doing.
You want to get taken out the side for not listening, though?
No, but bro, you know what I'm trying to say. Not like that.
Shall I tell you what it is, Drift? Say, for example, I said to you, Drift, every time you come on the stream, say F off to the viewers. And then you realize every single stream we do, you do it. We just lose 100 viewers every time. You're going to turn around and be like, Cal, this isn't working. Me cussing out the viewers at the beginning of every show and people are leaving isn't working.
Yeah. Yeah, but there needs to be a reason you're telling me to do it, though. That's why.
Because it's worked so far. It's been working before.
How would it work?
No. For argument's sake.
No, if I said to you, Drift, it worked for about 3 weeks because people were finding it funny, but you kept on doing it and people were like, well, no, he's actually disrespecting us now. You'd stop it. You'd be like, Cal, you know, it worked for 3 weeks, but we're losing viewers now. Like, should we continue doing this? You'd be like, nah, Cal, it's not working anymore. You would take it upon yourself to stop.
But if the situation was different and I don't know, let's just call, instead of calling it Kopish, it was JD Sports, yeah? And you were the owner, I'm going to keep saying fuck off. Because I know if I don't do what you told me, you're going to sack me, bro.
Nah. You wouldn't, Drift. You actually wouldn't, Drift.
Well, maybe I wouldn't, but a lot of people would, though.
There you go, bro.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Maybe I'm a bad example, but you get what I'm trying to get at. People would, because they'll be scared they're going to lose their job. They'll be like, if I don't do what he's telling me to do, he's in charge. And Klopp might drop you out the team. He might be like,
but then
the door's always open. Remember, them man that can hear the wind blowing on the basement door. You know, when
bro, but do you want to know something? You see, with owners, I get what you're saying. That you may be like scared of like thinking, but the owner, like, I'm scared I might lose my job. But at the same time, you might think, but do you want to know something? The owner might be impressed that I've actually done something and used my initiative. Where he's looked at me and gone, you see that brother there, yeah? I would have cussed him before, but he used his initiative. I like this guy. This is what I'm saying, bro. Use your initiative. Like how we've been saying, bro. Them, inshallah, crosses from Trent. Bro, you know I back Trent. You know I do. And there's times when I feel like he goes
or he
overboard,
might
but
turn
there's
around
other.
and go, you think you know better than I do you? All right. You think you know better than me, yeah?
No,
But as a top class player, you have to take that risk though.
you
You have to.
Sometimes you have to
Yeah,
go
I
toe to
guess
toe as the
so.
manager. You do.
You have to. Like we've seen top class players do it, and like the manager turns around. It's like when Klopp took off Milner. Milner was a little like perplexed, and Klopp's like, well, I'm gonna live or die by this decision. It worked out, and then boom, like he was good. Laughed it off, innit? So basically, we've gone through pretty much the results now. The reason I wanted to do that, when you actually look down, a lot of people saying Klopp out. You could only argue it's within maybe the last month and a half where Klopp's really started to make some very, very bad decisions, barring the Midtjylland game. Do you think that he's in decline, or do you just think the fan base is completely overreacting?
I don't necessarily even know if I would call it bad decisions. I would call it stubbornness to not realize you've got to change what's not working. Like I think
that's bad decisions. That's bad decisions, bro.
It's one single bad decision. Saying bad decisions makes it sound like every game he's doing things wrong, like 3-4 things during each game he's doing wrong. I don't think it's that far. I just think it's, why are you not, like, you're rattled. We get it. We lost Van Dijk. You know what I mean? You came out and you saw a massive scratch right the way across your Ferrari, like from back to front. Someone even at the end wrote, bitch, with the key, like scratched in, bitch, you know what I mean? So you can't even hide the scratch. Like, it's the Ferrari fucked, you get what I'm saying? And every time you come out the yard, you go and you jump in your Focus or your C-Class, and it's still a nice car, but you can't out of the corner, you keep seeing the Ferrari. That's Klopp in it every day. He's walking around, he's seeing Van Dijk and the things like, what's going on, Virgil? But he can't play him. It's bugging him out. He's rattled. Let's keep it real. He's rattled by it. He's seeing his main man, and he's like, why can't I play you? Why can't you be there? And it's not just him. Gomez, Matip, Naby, and at large parts during the season, Thiago, Trent. Like, we've had bag of injuries this season. Fabinho's been out a lot as well. Like, it's happened a lot. So he's rattled. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking more, it's not decisions per game. It's just come out of your funk, bro. Realize that them players ain't coming back, and adapt for this season only. Even if you want to go back to type A when we've got all their man there back, that's fine. It worked. We know it worked. That's why we're champions. But for now, just figure out another way to get through this time, and don't keep trying to do the same thing over and over again. Einstein said it, man. It's madness thinking you can do the same thing and get different results.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, come on, bruv. Like,
yeah.
Let me say this.
I'll go on, man.
No, go on, Kai. No, read it at the chat first, bro.
Yeah. I just want to address this because I hope this kind of draws a line under things. So it's true what you're saying, Cal, but you kind of a hypocrite because I said things like when man are chatting crap and been blocked or timed out, yet Drifty swears it's okay. I don't get it. The swearing for me, like if you guys swear in the comments to say, I don't know, like if you just say, I'm trying to think of an example now. What Callum said is chatting S, for example, or Callum's chatting rubbish. I don't think that's an issue. Like, I don't think it's necessary, but I don't think it's an issue. I'll be honest, the times when people get blocked is when I'm seeing someone go overboard. Like, again, I can only speak for me. Matt and Drift have blocked people for other reasons as well when they've said stuff to them. But I've blocked certain people when they've told me to do, like, when they've said stuff about my wife or my little one. Like, that's not going to be tolerated. If you swear in the comments, like, we've had people call in and people swear over the phone and stuff. Like, that's not an issue to us. It's when you become abusive. And again, I think we're well within our rights that if you're going to be abusive, and this is not on you, Barrington, this is anyone. If you're going to be abusive, I think we're well within our rights to say, well, yeah, you're not welcome here. In the same way, if someone came up to you in the street and was abusive, it's on you how you deal with it next. The only difference is we're behind a keyboard and a screen and likewise with yourself. So I think that's what the situation is there.
Agreed.
But again, I always say this, my DMs are open. If anyone wants to speak to me off air privately, I'm more than willing to have the conversation. But what I will say, if you abuse me on here, it's not going to run. If you abuse me personally on my DMs, it's definitely not going to go well for you. So just like the abuse, save it for another channel because we ain't about that here. So I'm going to leave that
about
there.
That life, innit?
And
Man
then
ain't about
that's
that life.
like football banter, even football abuse to an extent, I'm good with. Again, I'm just speaking for me. Matt and Drift, they've got their own tolerance levels, and you have to respect that as well. But if you become abusive to us personally, there is no way we're going to sit here as 3 grown men and just sit there and be like, well, it's YouTube. We just deal with it. Because it don't happen, innit? Like,
just don't need that energy, innit? Just don't need that energy, again, bro.
I'm no bad man. I'm no bad boy. But if you come up to me in the street and you're abusive, let's be honest, it's only going to go one of 2 ways. Either I'm going to get beaten up or you're going to get beaten up. Like, so don't think you can just do it behind a keyboard. It doesn't help anyone. And it's not our community. Like, our community is tight and knit, innit? Like, we're proud of our Kopish community. So if you're not happy with it, then with all due respect, you're under no restrictions to watch us. So there we go.
We move.
So yeah. So given what's the season's gone, and do we think that Klopp can turn this around?
I think. Do you know what it is, Cal? Going back to your original question of whether we've changed our mind and whether Klopp could have done things different and whether it's his fault. Yeah, I'll say this year. Some things he could have changed, like certain decisions, certain substitutions, certain team selections. You think to yourself, bro, why would you do that? But then there's other things, and I think if Klopp had his own way, would he have wanted even more reinforcements in the summer? If Klopp had his own way, and I'm just asking a question. I already know the answer, but I'm asking a question. I already know the answer. If Klopp had his own way, would he have wanted these centre-backs at the start of January? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So there's only 3 letters that I can think of, and it got nothing to do with Klopp in it. It's FSG, bro. Like, and again, man, have to be real. Klopp is a world-class manager, and I think Drifty said it best because he's done so well with what he's had. They kind of also feel like, if there's any puzzle that needs like solving, Klopp can always do it. But do you want to know something? There comes a certain time where if you haven't got the tools necessary to complete the job, you're not going to be able to complete it. You may be able to make these shortcuts and whatnot, but it's not going to last forever. And that's exactly, in my opinion, what's happened because Jurgen Klopp has been sensational. Took us to the Champions League final in 17-18, won us the Champions League the next season 18-19, and then won a league in 19-20, yeah? If anyone says Klopp out, I'm sorry, but you need to kind of reassess and look back of the hardship that we have had to go through. People have got like short memories if you can't remember some of our starting lineups before Klopp got there, and you look at some of the lineup that we have now, even though you could argue some people may need to move on and whatnot for different reasons, whether that's a Navigator, whether that's an Oxlade-Chamberlain, whether you think Salah needs to go, whether you think Mane needs to go, or whether you think Matip or whatever. Yeah, that's cool. But let's not sit here and go, Klopp is the main issue. Yes, Klopp is rattled. Jeff said it best. Man lost his general at the back, you know. You get what I'm trying to say? Man lost the general, and you expect him to sit there in every press conference and go, well, yeah, we're going to win this game. Like, I'm so positive. We've got great defenders. He knows he's under pressure. And I think there's times when he's probably cracked, but we just got to get behind him and hope that he can find a way to get through to the rest of the season. And I think he will do that because he's good enough. My only issue is this, though, and I think someone said it best in the comments. You now have to integrate 2 centre-backs. They haven't got a long time now, like how Klopp would normally give some players to kind of get integrated into the team. Remember, we done it with Fabinho, we done it with Robson. We gave them like 2 months, maybe. They've got to be thrown in right now. Klopp knows best. He's going to find a way. I do think it will work. Let's hope he can do it. Let's get behind the manager, and we press that reset button in the summer, and we go again. If we stay in the top 4. My fully belief is this. You stay in the top 4, Klopp can refresh, refocus, and we can go again. If we fall out of the top 4, I'm going to be real, all bets are off. And I'm talking, I'll be honest with you, Klopp could potentially leave. players will potentially leave. Summer targets won't want to come no more because they don't want to play Europa. It will be an absolute myth. You just don't want to see it. So let's just hope and pray we can get to the end of the season, stay in fourth, and we go again. Press that reset button. It's that simple.
Cool. All right, Drift. Before I come to you, the next topic. Gonna read out.
I've got to say something about that Klopp thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll go Truda.
People are gonna hate me for this. I don't think we can turn it around, and here's my reasons. I got two.
Matt just gave a big speech as well, you know.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I'm just gonna have to rebuttal this whole thing, but it's cool.
You're getting the side eye. I'm letting you. You're getting the side eye.
Do you not remember at the beginning of December? I think it was when I said, even though we're playing well, I'm worried that this is gonna catch up with us later. And people thought I was just being negative. I still slightly feel this is a part of it catching up with us. Like all the stress we were under to maintain, it's like eventually all falling apart. But anyway, so here's two reasons why I think we can't turn it around. First of all, I've got the actual example of City because we're pretty much mirroring their season. We saw what they did, and we're pretty much mirroring their season, which for me is just so dumb on so many levels. I'm never going to go into that, or I will get seen to be being a bit like raggo and abusive. So I'm not. The levels of stupidity to copy a blueprint that didn't work makes no sense. But anyway, so that's the first reason. And I look at that example, the Man City season, even though they did finish second, remember that it was a crap season overall last year. Like
by their standards, it was poor. Yeah.
So they almost got second by default as well, if you know what I mean, because like everyone was so bad last year.
Yeah. Of course, 100%.
I think third place only had like 60-something points. Like it's never been that bad.
Shocking. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's the first example. They never got to turn it around. So I'm going by that example. And the second thing is, have any of you lot ever been doing anything? Doesn't matter what it is. Trying to fix something, an assignment at uni, anything that's difficult. And the more you keep trying, the more tired you're getting, the more frustrated you're getting, the more you keep on, like, I'll even make this simple. Back in the day, you're playing your brother. He's already beat you 4 times, you know, on pro. 4 times. And you're like, no, another game. And the more frustrated you're getting, the more relaxed he's getting. And he just keeps hitting you. And there's a point where you've got to say, I need to go to bed and we'll do this again tomorrow. I need to reset. Yeah. I can't keep just going, I'm not even changing the team I am at this point. I'm just going, next game, restart match. And I'm just getting beat up. The only way you're going to beat him is if you go to bed and you play tomorrow.
Agreed. But this is what I'm saying.
Like we need the summertime to have that. That's us going to bed to replay, like what City did. If you actually look at it, they had a bit of a hang up at the beginning, but they had that reset, and then they've managed to come back again. And I don't feel like the way we're playing right now. How are we going to reset to get back into that good feeling, bro? Like we've lost all good feeling.
No. I hate we have gone, bro. But I said this and no one didn't want to hear me. But this is what I will say though, dude. Man City, as you said, they had to kind of press that reset button because remember they started the season not great at all, bro. But they were able to turn it around. Now, albeit they did have injuries that we had, so I suppose it's easier said than done. You just got to focus on getting your form right. Well, we've got to focus on. All right, well, we've got some of our star players that just ain't going to play again this season. So you got to deal with that, and you got to deal with confidence, and you got to deal with turning the whole thing around, yeah? But here's the thing, though, Drift. I feel like Jurgen Klopp should be good enough to turn it around before the summer. And when I say turn it around, I don't mean we win the title. I don't even mean we necessarily even finish second. I'm just talking about finishing inside the top 4, whether it's third or fourth. Like, again, I'm not trying to say that's our aim. But if he can just coast us into get us into that top 4, because you've got to look at what's transpired recently, we're not going to be happy with the season. Let's be real. Everyone's going to be upset. No one's going to even take nothing but a title this season because of the expectations that are put upon us. Yeah, but with everything that's happened, bro, you've got to look at it like how it is. Yeah, he should be good enough, bro. He's a world-class manager, and I get it. Things haven't gone his way this season. But if you're telling me that he can't negate us in the top 4, bro, I that's when I'll be like, Jurgen, like, what's really good though. That's
I
what
never
I
said
would
I
really
don't
have
think
to be.
he
What's
can
really
make
good.
us hit the top four, but I don't think that's turning it around. I think that's
No,
holding on to the bare minimum.
no. So that's how we're turning it around because right now our form, bro, says we should be finishing outside the top four. We've just lost 3 games at home.
Yeah, no,
That's facts.
no. That's but because we're still in the position of fourth, I wouldn't call that a turnaround. I'll call that holding on. Do you get what I mean?
Bro,
For
call
me,
it holding on.
a turnaround would be picking up form enough to actually finish runner-up and winning
No,
the Champions League. That
no,
would be
no,
what I
bro.
would call turning this
Bro,
season around.
no, bro. Should I tell you why it's called turning around? Right now, the form we're in, Drift. Remember, you said it best. At one point, you were like, bro, this is arguably relegation type of thing. But this is a relegation team, bro.
This month's form has been relegation form.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say. Turning it around would be you start winning games. You might not win every game, but you don't lose every 2 games or whatever it is, bro. We've lost 3 home games. That is shocking, you know. That's
in a
poor.
row.
That's distress of the
No.
distress.
Let me tell you, we haven't scored a goal in open play at Anfield in 2021.
Bruv, we haven't, up until Salah scored, we hadn't scored a goal at Anfield since December the 27th. Bruv.
And Salah's goal is a spot kick. So technically,
yeah, so it's not from open play.
Yeah, it's not even from open play. We haven't scored a goal from open play since the turn of the year.
That is the distress of the distress that you could. Oh, bro, I can't even think of a word. That's just distressing.
Oh, bro, after you, man, just reeled off that. That's how I feel right now.
Bro, it's so...
I've actually done that before, but just with my head in the pillow. I've actually been that vexed, about Liverpool, that I've actually just sunk my head in the pillow and just screamed.
All right, guys. Going to take a little interlude to get through some of your super chats. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're thinking to do it slightly different today. Going to read the super chats out in one section rather than interrupting Matt and Drift. So again, let me know in the comments if you guys like the format of this or if you prefer to go back to the old format. I've got a lot to get through because you guys are so generous with your super chats, so you're going to have to bear with us a little bit. But in the meantime, do smash the like button, people. We've got 900 people watching. Only 250 likes. Let's get up to 500 likes, please, people. Let's get that up, please.
Come on, guys. Come on, man. Hit that like button, man. Smash that like button.
All right. So first super chat that I'm going to read out was from the Loudmouth Show IG. I said this was it. When do you think Kabak...
Sorry, Carl. I was literally about to put that up there, you know. There's a new brother called Klopp's Basement. I'm not even out to buy some bread, you know, bro.
When do you think
they must be backed up unless you're buying whole meal, bro.
When do you think Kabak/Davis will start? Do you think Shaqiri slows the game down? And which solid midfielder and centre half would you bring in the summer? So firstly, I'll ask you both. When do you think Kabak/Davies will start for Liverpool for the first time?
One of them will start the next game. One of them will start next game.
Then after that, it's Champions League. Then after that, it's Everton. So you tell me which one of those games isn't a baptism of fire.
One of them will start. My opinion is the fact that Kabak was on the bench and Davies wasn't says to me Kabak is that little bit closer maybe to being picked. So I'm gonna go on a whim here and go on a limb and say Kabak starts against Leicester. Don't at me if you don't start though. Don't at me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. This live stream never existed if you don't start, innit? Like I'm just letting you man know from now. But I'm saying it straight. He got to start. He has to.
We've now got Callum's masseuse in the chat as well.
Right, masseuse. Right, bro.
Started off with Allah, you know. Kadir Hussein, today's stream is pain. It is. We're ripping off the band-aid today.
Trust me.
All right. Do you guys think Shaq slows the game down?
No more than anyone else does.
Yeah, only sometimes, but sometimes, in my opinion, you have to slow the game down to bring a bit of control. Now, in my opinion, okay, if he slows it down, all right, think of the goal that Shaq set up for Jota. He slowed it down there and he took a touch. They all came out to Shaq and said, "Oh shoot, this is Shaq." Cal said it to me best before we went on the stream. So this is actually Cal's point. It's not even mine. And there's more context to it, but I will say this. Cal said, "Look what happened with Shaqiri. Shaqiri, they know how much of a problem he is from outside the box. They ran out to him. Shaq just took a touch, took his time, played it through to Jota. So yeah, if that's what you want to say, slowing the game down is, then fair play. You've got to do it every now and again, innit?
But why did they think he was a threat, man?
Because they thought he was going to shoot.
Because they thought he was going to shoot.
Why? And because what? We don't have anyone who shoots from outside the box.
Indeed. No Coutinho, bro. No one's shooting from outside the box, bro.
And you know what? I don't mean to keep bringing this up because the ship has sailed. But whenever I think about what Fekir would have been doing, yeah.
Oh, Triv.
If he'd have come.
I'm talking about Fekir.
Why you do?
Because we're talking about the shooting from outside the box thing, and that is something that he would have done. And do you want to know what winds my people more? All this Bruno gas. And don't get me wrong, Bruno is playing very well for Man United. He is. Let's see if it lasts, but he's playing extremely well.
He can shoot from outside the box, bro. He can.
No, but not even just that. Fekir was Bruno before Bruno was Bruno, and he would have come and he would have done for us exactly what Bruno is doing for them. Taking games by the scruff of the neck, having that arrogance of believing in himself.
They're different players, but yeah, you're right. You're different players, but you're right, though.
Penalties. Bro, he's that dude, bro. He's that dude.
You're right.
He was that dude for Leon, bro. I've seen him scoring from the halfway line, bro.
Bro, we had that. With
his weaker foot. And the thing is, you could say he's washed up. No,
bro.
When Bettison was still badding it up in one of the worst teams in La Liga.
Bro, we had that dude in Coutinho.
No, we did.
We did. You know what? I'll be honest. When it comes to the Fekir situation, I don't actually blame the club. I blame Fekir's entourage.
The agents all them in there changing things last minute and all that.
It wasn't anything to do with the knee or anything.
No,
like
it wasn't. It wasn't.
People around Fekir tried to basically tried to have us by the balls, and let's be honest, the one man in football negotiation you're not going to have by the balls is Michael Edwards, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't. You just can't.
Think about it. Still remains. You're 100% right, Cal. 100% right. But the fact still remains. And another analogy for you. Imagine somebody said you could have the Porsche 911 for the day, turbo, big boy thing, and you can buy it at the end of the day if you like it. You're rolling around all day, and everyone's just seeing you like, "Oh, is that you getting on? Oh shit!" People are like, kind of even take a couple man for a spin around the block, and then you take it to your mechanic right at the end of the day, and he's like, "I'm not gonna lie," and he shows you bare. He's like, "You see that? That's about to go. That's about to bust. The chassis bent, rare, and you're like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "But I'd give this back if I was you." What happens when you got to get back in your Mini, or you know what I mean? And they're rolling around the next day, and people are like, "What happened to the Porsche?" That's how I feel because I saw Fekir in that Liverpool kit. The whole day built up. We knew it was going to happen, and then all of a sudden it's like, "What do you mean it's off?"
So what? You'd keep the Porsche?
No, but that's how I feel. So I understand what you're saying is right. That's why I said you're right. But I still feel like, but I rolled around for it. I thought I had a Porsche, bro. Like I thought I had it. It was there.
Yeah.
I thought I drove it. I sat in it. I smelled it. I felt the speed. I thought I had it. And then all of a sudden, I'm back in my Mini.
For real.
All right. So keep this one quick, guys. One centre back and one centre midfielder you would sign this summer, Matt.
A centre back and a who?
Centre back and centre midfielder.
Do you want to know what? I feel you, bro.
I really was thinking about Upamecano, and I can't help but think about the injuries. I'm really thinking about Konate. I can't help but think about the injuries. Do you want to know something? I don't know what it is. I've hardly seen man play out of the other two, but you know what I'm going to say, innit? Botman. I don't know what it is about. Do you know what it is, bro? It's just so I can say Botman and Robbo. Like, but all jokes aside, Botman, in my opinion, looks quality from what I've seen. But at the same time, I would have no issues with Konate and Upamecano, bearing in mind they can stay fit. In terms of a midfielder, was that a centre mid, Cal, or just any midfielder?
Centre mid. Centre mid.
Centre mid. I'm going to slightly cheat here. I'm going to do a drift. I want Grealish.
I don't think that's cheating because Grealish can play.
Grealish because I know we can't. I know Coutinho ain't coming back, so I'm going to try and be slightly realistic. And I say slightly. We ain't paying 80 million for Grealish or 60, 70. We ain't. But I'd like to think because he's English, the FSG might go, well, he's English and it makes sense, so we'll get him. But I'll go Grealish. Cool.
Drift, what are you saying?
I want collect a car. I started that thing, you know. Collect a car, bro.
I want Griezmann and De Ligt.
Griezmann?
I'm sorry, Grealish, sir. Grealish.
I was gonna say Griezmann.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm thinking. You know what?
I'm more shocked because I know you don't rate Griezmann
For a minute, I thought we was back in 2017, bro. Like we went back to the future.
I've never wanted Griezmann, bro. Not even back then. Yeah, Grealish and De Ligt. I want to dream a little bit. Seems my team's got me in a nightmare.
Do you know what though, Drift? If I said to you, here's the thing: De Ligt is good, but do you want to know something? Dare I say it? Upamecano is better than De Ligt, but he gets more injuries, you know. And
those injuries we can't do anymore, bro.
I know, but I will say this though: since De Ligt's gone Juve, he hasn't really lived up to the promise. He's still young though, but
he's been good enough. He's been good enough, and I feel like it was the wrong team for him. You know, sometimes you just go to the wrong team.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Do you want to know something? I'm going to go out of the limit. I'm probably going to get shut down immediately. Do you know who I'd rather want than De Ligt? Would never get him because he dead off for stupid money. I want Fofana, fam. I think he's a beast. Fofana is a bad boy, you know. Remember I told you, man, start of the season. He's sick. He's sick, bro.
You know what? This is a good point from promo. Would any of you lot take Soyuncu?
I'd rather take Fofana.
I just know it'd be dumb money. Leicester are going to want dumb money.
No, I mean, if the club are willing to spend it, would you be all right with it? Like, if the club was willing to spend 70 million to get Soyuncu, would you lot?
I would say,
do it.
I'd rather us get another centre back for 70 mil.
70 mil, I'm saying you can keep Soyuncu. I want Fofana.
I'm not paying 70.
Fofana or Botman.
I kind of like the fact that Soyuncu has that kind of boss mentality.
He does.
That's the one thing because what we notice now with Virgil missing, it's just the presence, man. I need a defender back in the team. Like, I'm hoping Kabak is like that, man. I don't know too much about him other than what I've seen, obviously from clips, but I want a defender who believes in himself and has an aura, and De Ligt has that. That's why I picked De Ligt. De Ligt has that aura about him. He don't care, bro.
Like, see, you just used that word twice. What was I talking about when I said Van Dijk? What's that word I said that begins with A?
Aura.
Bro, I've been all day, bro. Aura. He has it all, bro. Aura. I'm telling you, bro, we miss it.
From Ace Bet Limited. Have we got collective burnout? Oh no, I'm sorry, I've read that one. Head of the strand on that one. Let me just take a picture of the latest one that's come through so I don't miss that. All right, so to Hair Koreshi, are we missing a player like Coutinho, long shots to the goal, the magician? We need someone like him. Yeah, we've literally just covered that, so that covers that super chat. Yes, massively missing a player like that.
Yeah, agreed.
There's a lot of love in that recently. Still, you know, I think Demise started something. I'm not even going.
Yeah,
I think he has.
Zayn is Zayn's birthday, so we dropped the beat for Zayn. Happy birthday, Zayn. Hope you're having a good day. All right, next super chat from Joe K. Give Klopp the tools and he'll achieve wonders. Since West Brom at home, we've been awful. There's a multitude of reasons for this. Have to trust a turnaround. I hear that. I think Joe K always speaks sense, to be fair, Joe K, and I think he's got that one spot on. But it's whether he gets the tools or not. That's unfortunately the question that we don't have the answer to. Oh yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Nah. Yeah, sign me up. I spent the whole budget on that. Oh, goodness me. What is he? Got a beard, hair, 6'3", 6'4", head's like a battering ram. Oh, yes, I will take it. He's the most reliable Philips I know. What's that electronic brand? They ain't got nothing on that, I tell you that much. I'll take that all day. All day. All day. Oh, can it just let me just sit back and imagine this. Nat Phillips, let me Tarkovsky. Oh, take me on. Oh, goodness me. Oh, three at the back. Oh, 6'3" plus. Heading out like battering rams. Oh, good. Let's sign me up. Yeah.
That's it. Bring it back. Yeah.
It's his birthday.
I drop the beat forward.
Not gonna lie, Cal, I need to drink some water after you did.
You want to know what? While we're talking about Nat, let me just give a little 30-second loving for Nat, because I'll be honest with you, that Newcastle game was atrocious. I remember me and Matt were speaking on the phone for a lot of that game, and there was one point where we actually both just started laughing. When
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was it?
When he just controlled one of the Newcastle players.
You know when it was like goal base, like spear, or when it was running, it was like gore.
No, but it wasn't even like that, but we were just like chest. But apart from that Newcastle game, I must admit, he's played very well in most of the games that he's played in. And I think we have to put a lot of respect on the fact that he's come into a pressure cooker situation and he's had very little game time. He's had very little top level match experience. And to be fair to him, he's actually performed really well if you even out his performances. So I do think we have to give a bit of respect to Phillips. All jokes aside, I don't think he's good enough to actually be one of our fourth. You know, when you got first choice, second choice, I don't think he's good enough to be up to fourth choice. If he's willing to hang around and be that fifth choice I was talking about, I'm good with that.
I'm cool with that.
I'm good with that. Do you get what I mean? I am, and obviously Williams. We're going to have to try and get those thighs, those calves a bit bigger, get a bit more speed in this game, get him a little bit more strength, you know what I mean? And send him out alone and see what's really good, you know what I mean?
Bro, you want to know something?
I'll be honest, the calf thing, bro, is hard still.
I was going to say,
no disrespect. Them step curls, bro, you know?
Bro, I was going to say, that's a question you might have to ask Cal. I don't know.
I'll be real with you. I got matchsticks for legs. It ain't running, bro. I've just got shin and back of the shin, bro. Like I ain't got no calves. I'll be real. Like,
Cal.
He ain't never gonna have calves.
I mean, I can be honest with you. As a sprinter myself, most of the power comes from the quadricep and the hamstring.
Yeah.
When you're a sprinter, so probably let's just get his quads up in it. He needs to, you know, the machine where you
yeah.
We need to get him on that machine. Do you know what I mean? And get the legs up and get him on the running machine. We need to just get a little bit more. He needs a bit more muscle, man. He needs some speed. But
he does. He needs more. He needs that
Jordan
explosion.
Brown, happy birthday to Jordan. I hope you lot aren't mugging me off and just saying it's your birthday.
Yeah, because there's there people just like, it's my birthday too. Like, I don't even know if it's your birthday, then do you know what I mean?
We'll give you this. Khalil Hassan, Cal's been the best signing of the last 2 years. If that is the case, then Matt and Drifty and Michael Edwards, so they get the credit for it. Got the next super.
Who are you? Are you Edwards or Klopp, man?
I no disrespect, but I'm gonna be Edwards still. The reason why I'm calling you Klopp because you get more mad than me. So when Klopp has his press conferences and he does this whole teeth thing where he's like, All that stuff. I've got to say you're clocking.
Yeah.
Dinesh, from March until June last year, we're on lockdown. So how have they tired? Not like they're doing full training every day, or am I wrong? I think there's two ways you can look at it. They may not be physically tired, but if you look at it from June right through to now, barring a couple weeks break, they have been playing non-stop pretty much. So I think it's justified for them to be tired now.
Cal, sorry to cut in. I'm going to use you as an example for this, Cal. Do you want to know why I don't think that it's fair to say because they weren't playing, it was a break? I remember when Cal was trying to get his house ready to move into, and he was going to work every day, and then after work he was going to the house to do the decorating, DIY, whatever. And then on the weekend, he was doing more DIY and whatever to try and get the house ready. No one could have turned around and said to Cal he had the weekend off just because he wasn't doing his job, because he was still working and still tired, still getting up early. So these players might have been at home, but they still had to wake up early. They still had to train. They still had to do all their exercises, their routine, whatever. It wasn't time off. It wasn't time off. So yeah, they were at home and they weren't playing games, but it wasn't time off. So I think it's a bit unfair to say, they had lockdown. They were just at home training instead of at the training ground. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think it's a bit unfair. Do you know what I mean? To say they didn't have time off during that time. And that goes for all teams, not just Liverpool. That was every team.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, gonna try and power through as many of these super chats. So I might just ask you guys to keep the answers short if that's possible. Himanshu just said, hello guys, how you guys doing? Hope you're all fine. Same to you, Himanshu. Thank you for that. Klopp doesn't have enough credit to survive this. Respectfully, I completely disagree with that.
Is Klopp out though, right?
He doesn't have enough credit.
He's definitely got enough credit. In fact, he may have too much credit.
Yeah.
He's got enough credit. Come on, man.
Faisal, in the Burnley game, Klopp took off Origi for Firmino. Yes, he did, and he shouldn't have done that.
In which game?
The Burnley game, we lost 1-0 at Anfield. When
Origi when he did that.
Remember, Origi had that shot in it, and we said he should have scored, didn't it? Like,
Khalil Hassan is the football banter show drifty video of the 4-3 Bournemouth that is elite, basically. Do you know what? I might go back and watch that this evening, you know.
That was the beginning of my Carrier's love affair.
I was going to say, I don't see that video there. I don't know if it tops the Champions League one, bro. I don't know if it tops that one. The Champions League one.
The Champions League one that was released.
yeah. Because you man didn't see. Remember, I watched the game with Drift, didn't it? And like, he done his one and I done my one at the same time, but I could hear some things. And I remember Drift said something to me, which I won't repeat. It was like, should I leave that in there? I was like, nah, bro, you can't put that in there, you know. You can't put that in there, bro. I'll be honest with you, fam. Like, if you put that in there, like, we might as well just cancel the thing now, innit?
A-Spec Limited. Carragher doing a piece now is damning. Robbo has played 94% of games since 2018. Front three, Genie, Trent, all into the mid-high 80s. Virgil 90s. Up to his injury, guys, these men are legit knackered physically and mentally. Yeah. That is crazy. But that's why we need a bigger squad.
We do. And it leads on to the thing that you said, Carl. Does Klopp really trust? Does he really trust some of the players at his disposal? The people that he would call off the bench? I don't think he does. I don't think he does, bro, because let's be real. Remember, we said it, like, was it me and you, Ken, that was stressing it? Either last season before, we're talking about he needs that little bit of Pep Guardiola where there's some flexibility where he can look at his bench and go, yes, I have no problems with bringing him on. Whereas Klopp has his kind of tried and tested, like, 11 to, say, 13 players. After that, bro, it's Russian roulette, you know?
It is. Monkey King, they're allowed to use their brain, LOL. Cardiff away, that cheeky corner, GD scored, and Trent's corner against Barca. That was the players, not Klopp. Facts.
That is so true. That is so true.
That is absolute
100%.
That's a
100%.
great super chat, by the way.
100%.
Sammy Bahane. Klopp is not without faults, but ultimately this is all on FSG. We've not adequately strengthened the squad for 2 summers running when we won big trophies. I worry for the post-Klopp era, i.e. Arsenal. I do as well.
I feel me all do. When Klopp goes...
I worry for this era coming up.
It's going to be... I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. I can't think that far ahead. I don't want to either.
Yeah.
Klopp is in charge right now. I think he can turn it around, and when he does, I'm hoping to see better days. Because if not, it's going to be peak. It's going to be peak.
Lee Bonnet, Cal has been in Drifty's book of analogies. Yeah, I got it on pre-order. I might have had a little sneak peek at the first chapter. Gangan Deep. Klopp can take a portion of the blame for all the games we dropped points. Why hesitate to change things up tactically in a game? He proved it against West Ham. He changed to 4-4-2 and we peppered them. So frustrating. Very good point. Very good point. I've got one here. So Khalil Hassan, Drifty, UCL final. Divock! Then his knee gave out. Yeah, you literally had to grab him, Matt, or else he did.
Yeah, but I thought man was gonna drop on the ground, bro. Like real talk, man had to catch him, you know. It's not even a joke, bro.
AA on Sanderson show is actually quality. I gotta disagree, bro. I ain't done a Sanderson show in like 10 months.
No, but the content, it don't matter, bro. He's not talking about how much was on there. He's talking about the quality that's there now, fam. Come on, man.
I'll be honest. Sanderson show could have been a lot better in terms of quality. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't be modest, bro.
No, I'm being real, bro. It could have been a lot better. I may bring it back. We'll see. Aegon, you'll never walk alone. Thank you for your super chat. John Conway, good evening, guys. Liverpool finished top 4. You never walk alone. Evening, as always, John. Hope you're well,
good
bro.
Evening, John.
Dado one. Well said earlier, Cal. Kopish brothers for life. You'll never walk alone. Indeed. BC, biggest test winning the title after 30 years, believes. Possibly because it's now it's gut check time, as they say, and we've got to see how we rebound from this. Because again, look, not to be negative, I don't see us winning the league this season, but we have to now show that we can rebound in the same way City have shown they can rebound as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Don 1, 2, 3. It's been a while, Don. Hope you're well. At this point, Klopp should keep focus on the Champions League because the players may be more motivated for that since the title is over next season. We ride. Love you. Not personally love me, but as love to everyone. Like, really, like, as a love to everyone. I think it's difficult to just throw our eggs in one basket with the Champions League because, as we've seen, we're a momentum team. We can't just switch it on and off. I think you kind of got to keep the rave going and then hope from there. Promo, whether you're Klopp in or out, he deserves to see out his contract at the minimum. Only glory hunters are Klopp out. Okay, so what I'll say, I agree he should see out his contract, but what I don't want us to do as fans is, let's say, for example, next season he's been terrible and we're 13th after 25 games. I may have to answer the question and be like, is Klopp still the man for the job? I don't think we should just have in our head right now, he's still because it can change. Things can change. Agreed. Dodie, did you put that Salah wig in the wash? Dodie, leave me alone, man. But yes, I have washed it. LFC Aaron, Pep was
rapid blow dry.
Yeah, he did. LFC Aaron,
even conditioner
last season. No conditioner yet. I use good shampoo on it though, so it come out sheeny still. Let's see, Aaron, Pep was rattled last season. Now look at him. Indeed, although Pep,
he's actually kind of smug this season, Pep. You know.
Yeah. Again, it's the look how much he got to do in the summer. He got to spend 100 million on centre backs. Another how much on Ferran Torres.
Can I just say something as well quickly before you move on? Just quickly about Pep. Sorry, Cal. This is the thing about Pep Guardiola. I actually still think that Pep Guardiola is one of the best managers of our generation. But I will say this though. especially at Man City and even Bayern Munich, maybe not so much Barcelona because the team was already set, but whenever things go wrong for Pep, yeah, bruv, he's always been given the money to go and fix something. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, bruv, he spent how much on flipping Bravo, Otamendi,
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, Jordan, it was 100 mil. You're thinking of just of Diaz. Diaz was 60 mil and Ake was another 40 mil. It was 100 mil. Go on, Matt.
No, I was going to say, no matter what the situation's been, bruv, he's always been able to just go into summer and go, yeah, do you know what? Last season wasn't that great. I'm just going to go and spend 100 million and just go and fix everything up. Bruv, our manager's never been able to do that, you know? And if he has, it's got to be a case of he's got to sell half the squad to get in one player. Like, it's a bit like
Can I make
the backing is
statement?
the backing's different. Yeah, go on.
2021 is the season that Pep finally cracked Champions League with City. They're gonna do the double.
You think he's gonna do it this?
I've never ever felt confident City can do anything in Europe, and this season is the first time I've looked at them all year and I thought they can win. They can actually do it this year. You know, this is actually the year that I believe that City are gonna win the Champions League.
They can do it. Whether they will, though, because I still think Bayern Munich are one of the favourites for me.
Yeah, of course.
But Bayern are my favourites as well.
Yeah, Bayern.
They could theoretically do the quadruple this season, which is scary.
City's
But
gonna
yeah,
win.
when it comes to Pep though, man's just got like that checkbook that he can just go and be like, I want Ake, I want Ruben Diaz, I want Ferran Torres, and they're not some small fries, you know. Do you know? Do you get what I'm
Their
saying?
backup player is 40 million. We've got our star players that cost us that much.
Yeah.
Ake cost more than Mo, Mane.
Here's a stat for you guys. Nathan Ake cost more than the combined defense apart from Virgil van Dijk. Trent was free, Nico was free, Matic was free, Joe Gomez was 3.5 mil, Robbo was 8 mil, Tsimikas was 11 mil.
That's mad.
And imagine he put them to the sword last season. Matic.
And that is their fourth choice centre back.
Yeah, that's the bro. When was the last time you saw Ake?
Here's another thing to put in context. Nathan Ake was 40 mil. Laporte was 50 odd mil. Diaz was 60 odd mil. And Stones was 50 mil.
Bro,
think about what Klopp's going up against here.
Yeah. That's why when people start talking about Man City, I agree. Their football's sensational. And what they've done has been sensational. But there's a reason why. When you can go and get players of that level, and not even of that level, but when you can spend that amount and know that, right, if it goes wrong, you can just go and replace them the next season. You can just replace them. So I'll tell you this from now, facts, yeah? If Ake doesn't see game time and wants to leave at the end of the season, they'll sell him and they'll just go and bring someone else in. If Ruben Diaz was to have a stinker, but he's obviously not, they would look at him and go, he's not the one, you know. We're going to have to go and get with Makano. Yeah, let's try something else.
They did it with Mangala. I swear they spent 35 mil on Mangala and just loaned him out and then got rid of him the next year.
They can do that with anyone.
Facts. The best podcast. I love this show and I watch it every time. But Matt, may you kindly not interrupt Drift when he's giving his points. Thank you. We interrupt each other.
Cool, blimey.
Legend.
Cool, blimey.
FSG went by.
They have, you know, right. You've got to chat a lot, bro.
FSG won't buy anyone decent without selling. They know Moneyball cheapskates. Edward heard on the grapevine, Matip out, collector car in, 95% that Kabak is going to be permanent. Origi out and Balogan in. Basuma in for Genie. That's it. Absolute disgrace. You know what?
It's some real inside information, though.
Who's Balogan?
Arsenal's striker. He's in there.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Nah, I know.
No, and apparently he comes with a lot of promise. Apparently,
Yeah, he's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, so was Solanke though, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
Can you believe we bought a guy called Solanke and got rid of like Origi, and then the next season we just realized he was crap, and then we just got rid of him? What kind of crazy business is that?
Bare foolishness. Like, sorry, Cal, could you read off those names again? The person he said that we're supposedly bringing in.
Yeah, sure. Kaleta Logan, and Basuma.
What car is he collecting though?
I don't know. It's just if
it's like gone in 60 seconds right at the end where it's the Mustang, then I'm all for it, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you. I know I'm probably clutching here. You man are gonna probably cuss me on air, off air. I have a sneaky feeling Genie's not going Barca.
Wait, you think we're gonna keep him?
I think so.
You think? Nah, he gone, fam. He gone.
Hear me out.
Uncle Payne, he's here to tell you he gone. Bro, I'll be honest with you.
Eyes, no, hear me out, guys. Just hear my logic.
Go on.
Barca have no money.
He's free,
bro.
He's free. It's just wages.
There's no such thing as a free. His wages and a sign-on fee mean he's going to command a good amount. Bro, like, Barca in the mud, they're £1 billion in debt.
Messi's going.
There's not $1 billion.
But, yeah. But
I heard it was 100 mil. Is it $1 billion?
No, it's something. It's $1 billion. But hear this though, Cal. Hear this. You know when they get rid of Messi, because I don't think Messi stays there next season. I think Messi either goes Man City or PSG. Bro, that fixes like literally like 3/4 of the problem.
All right,
maybe half. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
what if Koeman goes?
Koeman?
Yeah.
If Koeman goes, I still think the Barcelona hierarchy will look at him and still think he's too good of a player that we can get on a free, regardless. I think, because here's the thing with Barcelona though, Cal, they're a little bit like us, where even though the manager may want certain players, it's the directors and the chairman that may go, do you know what? Yeah, we can't pass up on these deals here because we're in financial trouble. Depay and potentially Wijnaldum would be good on free, so let's try and bring them in. And then obviously we have to pay the wages, but if we get rid of Messi, it's kind of offsetting some of that. So I get what you're saying. They haven't got peas, bruv, but letting Messi go, and I think other players will leave as well, Cal, will kind of free up a little bit of a thing for them.
Messi leaving actually frees up £5 million a month straight away.
Bruv,
yeah,
Messi is
$1 billion
killing them.
Them man would just do a white man can't jump, brother, and they just keep ducking out the back door whenever man comes to collect, isn't it?
Gangan deep. According to the Echo 442, we're looking at Rafinha from Leeds. We spoke about that, me and Matt, just before we came on air. We will chop that up in a bit more detail in another show.
Indeed.
We'll see if it gathers any momentum first before we really get into it. Khalil Hassan, Diaz 60 mil, Laporte 60 mil, Cancelo 60 mil. I don't think Cancelo was 60 mil.
No, more like 40.
I think that was in the 20s, if I'm not mistaken. But someone feel free to correct.
No. Do you know what? The whole deal was worth 60 mil because they got Thingy as part of it. Remember?
The Neo.
Oh, so the whole deal was worth 60 mil.
Yeah, kind of got a point if that's the case then.
Stones 50 mil, Walker 50 mil, Ake 40 mil, Mendy 50 mil, Edison 35, Bravo 20, and we're supposed to compete. Stefan was 10 mil, Zinchenko was 2.
Bro, hearing those names and the prices.
That is crazy. I'm not being funny, yeah? If Klopp had that sort of spending power, we'd actually be untouchable.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Like, it wouldn't even be close. We'd lose 1 or 2 games a season in all competitions.
Like, he would have definitely got a Koulibaly type to be Van Dijk's partner. So when Van Dijk went out, it wasn't as big of a deal. He'd definitely have an Mbappe or a Haaland or somebody like that up front.
Yeah,
and you could arguably say we got Thiago, but he may have done like trying to push Man City and then get like a De Bruyne because he's got the money that he can do that type of stuff. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think Liverpool could have, when we won the league in May, yeah, or June, or whenever it ended up being, I genuinely believe if we were PSG or if we were Chelsea and we had as much money as Klopp needed, we could have actually, like, Man City wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. We could have gone, you support Liverpool, yeah? Klopp, champions, De Bruyne, 1 year left on your deal, bruv, you're coming Liverpool. And I think we could have pulled it off. I genuinely think if the club backed Klopp, Klopp could have pulled
We
that
got
off.
Kevin, bruv. Kevin and Trent from the right-hand side just whipping balls in.
Bruv, do you want to know something? That half space would never be the same again. It would never be the same again. That half space.
You'd just be cheating at that point, innit?
Never be the same again. That's just the way it is.
If you started 3 left back,
Half
if you started one left back in left wing and one left back in centre midfield, just to cover the right hand side.
Bruv,
and then we might just
space.
switch over to Robbo just for
you know what I would actually do if that was me, yeah? I would actually have played, I would have gone 4-2-3-1. I'd have played Hendo and Thiago. No. Yeah, I would have played. No, I'd have played Fabinho and Henderson in the 2. I'd have played Thiago in the 10. I would have played De Bruyne out wide on the right. I'd have put Salah up front and put Mane on the left.
No,
I would have done it differently. For me personally,
I want Kevin right.
I would have gone. Yes.
Yeah, but then you've got a problem with how you fit Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, and Kevin.
Rotate.
I'm gonna be real though. If you said to me, like, you're playing the biggest game of the season, bro, De Bruyne in the 10 is smoking, bro.
Adage 3. What is more pressing for LFC this summer? A centre forward or creative midfielder? I think our squad gives effort, but still needs a refresh and attack. Just a one-word answer, guys. Centre forwards or creative midfielder this summer? Which one's more important?
Centre forward.
Centre forward.
Creative midfielder.
Well, if we get a creative midfielder, like Firmino, Mane, and Salah are still not banging in the goals with the regularity they should be, in my opinion.
I still think centre
forward.
forward.
But you lot have always tried to remind me that in the Coutinho season,
that's gone.
We were scoring goals.
That's gone. Bobby ain't what he was that season. Ahmad Sissoko, Drifty talking big facts. That was on the Kevin De Bruyne
striker. We need Haaland and Mbappe, one of them.
Gopa, we need 2 centre backs or right backs, 2 centre midfielders / cam, a winger and a striker. I agree on everything there apart from right back.
Do you know what?
Unless he means a backup right back.
Yeah, do you want to know something?
I think he does. I still wouldn't get an out and out right back though, unless Nico's going out on loan. But even still, I still wouldn't.
I agree. Hear me out though. Before you get to that, Drift, I'll quickly say this. I agree with everything about that last super chat, except for you might want to add something to that. And no disrespect, that probably means you would need new owners to go and do that type of move there. No disrespect. You would. You can't do them things there with FSG. You just can't, bro. So you might as well add new owners to that as well, innit?
Khalil Sam, Bobby, Mane out, Grealish, Mbappe, Upamecano in. I don't agree.
Mane out.
Yeah.
Mane out.
Yeah, I don't.
Man said enough for Mane. Man said the hairline just killed him.
Tahir Qureshi, if you think about it, if FSG gave Klopp the money, we could have got Timo Werner and Jota at the front. But FSG are tight. They're acting homeless. We effectively could have got both players. He's right.
And I do believe, even though I think he's overrated, by this point of the season, he would have started to score way more goals than what Firmino has been.
Yeah. Ran Rodriguez.
Timo.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Ran Rodriguez. I hope you guys... I have hope, guys. Let's be honest, we'll probably get eliminated from the Champions League soon, and Klopp will have a week between Premier League games. And if there's no improvement, then Klopp may be the problem. I think that's a good shout. Obviously, don't want to get eliminated, but if that were the case, it'd be 1 game a week, and he'd have a lot more time to prepare. Plus, the squad would have better recovery time as well. Sam Max Legends. With FSG, no Haaland, Mbappe, Upamecano, Dreamland. Oh, Sam, man, just brought down the mood.
But it kind of got a point, though.
Khalil Hassan, I love Mane, but it's to refresh the front three. I'll be honest with you. I may do a members video on Mane. Cause I'm scared if I do it in public, Drifty's gonna probably dupping me. So
Do you want to know something?
Maybe on the members.
You know, coming into the summer, if I'm not mistaken, by summertime, I think 2 of them will be 28 and 1 will be 29. I think.
Well, as things stand right now, Bobby's 29 and Mane and Salah both 28.
Raw. Yeah, so, and again, I'm not saying, here's the thing. I don't think 30 is that age where you automatically just go, oh, they're just falling off a cliff. But I think the way how we play and the minutes that they've accumulated since the 17-18 season has been mad. Has been absolutely mad. And again, they've had no break either. One of them's always going off for international duty to one tournament or whatever. It's peak, bro. It's actually peak.
Let's give Klopp 2 years off and get Rafa and Buvac. Rafa and Buvac would not work. They
would never work together.
They'd end up killing each other within 6 months.
Rafa and Buvac.
It wouldn't happen. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Mane shaves his head and we win the league. It's bad. Probably true.
I love Mane, man.
You want to know something that's crazy, for anyone who does. I know there's a very, very select amount of people who all of a sudden don't rate Mane anymore. He's been at the club for 5 years. And apart from the 10 games it took him to adapt to the left side of the front three after he got moved to accommodate Salah, he's been pretty much continuously performing for the whole time he's been a Liverpool player. And he's gone through his first kind of bad patch where he still scored some important goals as well. That's the thing as well. He's actually scored some important goals even though he has been playing way below his standard. And all of a sudden people are like, yeah, get rid of him. That's mad. That's mad.
Owen Roberts, thanks for helping us look forward. Our drifty bedtime is in the summer, I guess. Let's go for top 4 and hope we wake up angry next season. Dinesh, do you think we can win the Champions League? Bayern Munich, only outstanding team, the rest can be beaten. If we had Virgil, I'd say yes. Not right now, I don't think we can.
No, we can't win the Champions League based on our form and our squad being all over the place. No. But you know what? If our centre back comes in and just changes up the thing, who knows? You know what? Let's go on the page that we got given by our good friend Turkish, who actually said, you man don't realise you're getting a gem there. I'm going to hold on to that advice and I'm going to use that from someone who actually does watch him and knows him. And I'm going to say, do you know what? Let's hope that he comes in and doesn't become Virgil because no one's really going to do that. But comes in and does like a... What's a comparable defender who's done pretty well at a club? Say like...
Liverpool.
He did when he went to Everton or... didn't tear up trees, but he came in and he was good and he helped them to become a lot more secure. Do you get what I mean?
Diaz.
No, because Diaz has almost got like a Van Dijk level of aura that he's brought to their team. Not quite there, but I would probably say about 75% of that. Like he's been very, very, very good. I don't need him to be that good because that's asking too much. But you remember when Keane went to Everton to replace Stones? He did a good job. Like he weren't tearing up the trees, but he came in and he was solid. And they didn't lift Stones as much because he came in and was performing where he got called up to the England team. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not telling man you've got to rip up trees, but just come in and be solid. Yeah. That's all I need you to do, Kabak. Come in and be solid. So,
Faisal, even the Messi, Neymar, Suarez needed freshening up after 3 seasons. They didn't. Neymar just wanted out.
I think Neymar
they actually did need to be refreshed. They actually would have kicked on, in my opinion, and gone to another level.
Another couple of years, I reckon they could have done a thing still.
Khalil,
at least.
Ali, Trent, Upamecano, VVD, Robbo, Thiago, Fab, Hendo, Salah, Mbappe, Grealish with Jota, Neto, Elliott, Jones, Kabak, Simicast, Gomez on the bench. Oh, the table's going again. Oh, look where my hands are. It's not the hands, it's the strength. The table's gone again. Oh, boy. It's 9 o'clock, so you get away with that super chat, Khalil. You get away.
Man said OnlyFans has been activated.
Activated. Musa LFC 21. Not gonna lie, Drift. Sentiment to players will keep us in this limbo. I think something needs to change, either the manager and tactics to change drastically, or refresh the squad that includes fan favourites. I think we are some sections of fans are going to be heartbroken this summer, and there is
a lot of.
I think it might
be in that. There's a lot of sense in that super chat. Don't get me wrong.
I think it might be me who's devastated in the summer. I'm not going to lie.
No. We won't. He'll become a squad player. They won't get rid of him.
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to sell Bobby. I don't think so.
No, they won't get rid of him.
Stranger things have happened.
And after the season that he's having, I don't think we'd be able to fetch the money they would want for letting him go either. Because they'd want 40, 50 mil for him. He's still been an outstanding player for us, but no one's going to pay that.
Yeah. LFC Aaron, things change when Jota come back 100%. Hopefully.
Guys, we're putting a lot of pressure on Jota, you know.
Too much. But that's all we've got to cling to now. M to the O, watched last night, shocked at how lightly Mane got off for missing that sitter. Imagine it was Salah, Mane doing a Bobby, getting props for running. I've been meaning to talk about this, guys. Should we speak about that now?
Defending isn't running. I disagree with that. And I don't think that he should have missed the header, but I also don't think you can call that header a sitter. I think it's very disingenuous to Mane to call that a sitter. It wasn't a sitter. It was just a very good chance.
No, bro. I'll be real.
Mane's been getting away with murder this season, if you ask me.
No, I think people have been coming for him.
No, they ain't. Not like Salah. And not like they come for
maybe not like they come for Salah, but we know that for some reason.
I'm gonna say it straight. He should have scored. Facts. You can't miss that. I'm sorry. The ball could have been played any better than Trent. Yeah, Mane's actually in front of the defender. There's no one distracting him. Nothing. My man.
No. He had a defender on him. He wasn't
bro. No, he's in front of the defender. I don't want to hear it. No, bro. He's in front of the defender. He done the job he was supposed to do. He done the hard part because he shook the defender. He done the whole left-right thing. That's a sitter. That's a sitter.
Mane's been poor this season.
Mane has been poor.
Oh yeah, no. By his standards, he's definitely been poor.
Just by standards in general.
By standards, he's been poor, bro. Not by he's just been poor.
I think Bobby and Salah get a lot worse than Mane. I think Mane's probably one of the most protected players in the team.
Because we love Mane, but I think man have to just be real.
And like we've said it on here, the whole Bobby pressing and things like that and tracking back and all that. We've stopped giving him as much credit for that now because you need to do stuff at the other end.
No, because he doesn't actually do that anymore. That's why. No,
he's doing it just as effectively as Mane, if not better, and the stats show it as well.
Do they?
Stats, yeah. I think Mane's getting away with murder at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. I love Mane.
When I see Mane being the one who's actually tracking the run of a wing and a Man City counter attack, I appreciate that stuff, innit?
No, I do, but I also don't appreciate when you're missing though, and he's missed a lot of chances this season.
Oh no, he's definitely had a goal drought. That's the thing. I don't think Mane's performing poorly. I think he's had a bad goal drought.
His stats aren't good, Drift. We'll chop it up in another show, but his stats are
really bad. In terms of goal scoring, yeah.
No, not even in goal scoring. Even things like first touch and bad touches, he's the worst out of the front three this season.
Well, we say we're gonna have a Mane debate, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be definitely doing that over Zoom because I'm not doing that while you're in the room with me, bro. Tahir Qureshi, doesn't it remind you of the 90s? Until we got Brendan and now Klopp, we used to fight for fourth and third position. God help us, we get better. We will get better, people. We will get better. How much is Elliot worth in your opinion? 15 mil, I'd say. What do you say for that, Drew?
I don't want to show.
No, of course not. But just giving the value.
20 mil based on the season he's having and him being English.
Fair enough, I take that.
You got 20 for Solanke, bro.
Yeah, true. Musa LFC 21, not trying to make it Mane v Salah thing, but the stuff Mane gets praised for, Salah does better sometimes and doesn't get the credit. Check the stats for running back, tackles and interceptions. It's true. It's true.
I disagree, but
It's factually this season is true, bro.
what defensively Salah's stats are high.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look at that.
Himanshu, guys, do you think that who do you think has a bigger impact after the takeover? Chelsea or Man City? Pep, Jose, Wenger, Klopp, Sir Alex Ferguson, Carlo, arrange them on their careers. Oh, bro, that's a show in itself.
Jesus.
That's a show in itself. I tell you what, I'll write that down for a future show. That's what I'd do. I don't think we can just cover that in flippantly or.
I would probably put Ancelotti at the top of the list, though.
It's debatable, though. It's debatable. So Biggs, 1871. Some Bell Biv DeVoe business. FSG are poison. We need Haaland 50 mil release clause. Get it done ASAP. And Defo Grealish. Haaland's release clause doesn't come until next summer, not this coming summer. Plus, it's also 70 mil, I believe. Vex Blazer. Any team in the same boat we are now would be much worse off. It has been a complete shock to the system. FSG, if we replaced Lovren at the start of the season, plus one centre back, would we be in the same situation? No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. Mo LFC. Every time we lose, I hear how we need to get rid of players. The players we need are the players we are missing. Once they are back, we will be the best team in the league. VVD makes us championship again.
We gotta hope he comes back. The one who left
I was gonna say I'm kind of worried when he comes back.
All of these players are gonna come back with too much pressure on them, man.
Yeah. Mr. Krusty Krabs FSG. Man want Mbappe. We've got Mbappe at home in Jones, right wing.
Right, boy. High praise to Joe.
Man say Jones right wing, as in what? Say that again, Councillor.
He's basically making a joke saying Klopp will say, I want Mbappe, and FSG will say, you've got Mbappe in Jones at home.
No, I'll go one better. They'll say, oh, mate, you got Harvey Elliott at Blackburn. Like, he's the truth.
London Liverpool fan. I'm not going to read the first bit of his super chat, but how has Klopp not got enough credit in the bank? Crazy talk. Agreed. Jeff Abrahams, my stream locator arrived. All good, guys. Cheer myself up from yesterday. Wee.
Right, big up yourself.
Let the people know it's a good deal, man. It's a good deal.
Mr. Krusty Krabs FSG, you want Kanate? We've got Kanate at home in Williams. Ace Bet Limited, have to be looking at Grealish as a summer option. Hope so. Really do.
Can I be real with you?
Grealish is United bound so badly.
No, he's not United bound.
Is he though? Where does he play?
United bound.
Especially if Man U manage to keep this going and they do get runner-up. They prove that they're back to being like considered a big team. They could possibly lose Pogba because apparently the rumours are, even though Pogba's not unhappy, he does want to go and challenge himself somewhere else, maybe Madrid.
Real Madrid won it.
So, like, if you really think about it, guys, Grealish really does look Man U bound. I hate to say it, but he does look Man U bound. Like, I can, and you know what? They seem to love British players. Man United are very into like keeping the core of their team British, and I've got a feeling they'll go for Grealish and they'll go there.
Just quickly about Grealish, if you're going to be realistic and say we've got a chance to get Grealish, yeah, and this is again the problem with FSG in terms of how they conduct things. Jurgen Klopp would have to sell about 3 midfielders to go and get Grealish, you know. Whereas another club could just be like, we're just going to stump out the cash. And this is why when I say, even though FSG have gotten us results to where we are now, again, like how we won the league and we became Champions League winners as well, there comes a point where you have to alter your model. It can't always be, well, Jurgen, if you want this player, you have to sell. You can't always balance the books for everything. It's not always possible. And I kind of feel like when it comes to new signings, it's almost going to be like one arm tied behind his back, because if you kind of know, like, for example, the rumours are you want like Upamecano, Jurgen Klopp's already thinking, right, who have I got to kind of sell to kind of so I can get the funds? Whereas other teams can just go straight for that player. Like you've already heard it, like Bayern Munich are already like talking to my man because they can just go, we're coming straight for you. We ain't got to worry about who we're getting rid of. We'll worry about that later. Liverpool always do this thing of, yeah, we've got to see what we can do first, Jurgen, you know. Yeah, Jurgen, you like that player? Yeah, that's cool. But let's see what we can do first, Jurgen, before you go and do that. That's the one thing I don't like, man. The model's outdated, bro.
M to the O, Drift, you can go at any player who doesn't do their job. Say that Bobby isn't meant to score, yet aren't holding Mane accountable. Lacazette has scored more.
Well, Lacazette should score more because he's an actual striker. But I'm not saying that Mane's not accountable for his bad scoring form. It has been terrible. It has. But I don't think that he's had a bad season performance-wise overall. I just think in front of goal, he's been poor. That's why I'm calling it a goal drought, not a shit season. But if you lot want to call it a bad season, that's fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you. He has been below standard. But I appreciate the other stuff that he does. That's all I'm saying. Like, I know his relationship with Robertson really helps us to... you know what? I don't mean to be rude, but it's kind of the reason why everybody goes down Trent's side as well. Not only because Van Dijk is on the other side next to Robbo to make it harder, because they also know he gets no help from Mo. So he's got a defender next to him that's not as good. Not crap, because obviously Matip and things are good, but he's got a defender who's not as good. And then he doesn't get no help from the tracking back right winger. That's why Henderson and Wijnaldum are always going over to help Trent.
That's by design, though. But
Yeah,
because,
yeah, it is by design. It is by design. But the point still remains, I appreciate that job that Mane does on the left. That's all I'm saying. Go watch that Man City game again. I know I'm picking at things here, but there was a moment when Bernardo Silva could have played a Shaqiri type ball like the West Ham game to Mo, yeah. But because he's not right-footed, he came back inside in the move. We managed to get players back in and we slowed them down a bit. But if he was right-footed and he could have whipped that ball like Shaqiri, I think it was Sterling, I can't remember, I think it was open. And Mane noticed the danger and busted his arse and got back in and covered. And that's the left winger covering for every defender and midfielder that I pushed up the pitch. That type of stuff I noticed. So yeah, in front of goal, he looks whack. But I'm not going to disregard the other stuff he does on the pitch. I'm not going to.
His defensive contributions don't go unnoticed, bro. I just think what people are trying to say is we can't always say, like, when Mane's a bad game, oh, but he tracked back and his defender was amazing. We're not taking that away from Mane because that's what he does, innit? But I think what people are saying is you're a left winger. So even though it's almost like an added bonus how good you are at defending and tracking back, that's an added bonus because not many wingers do what he does. But when we need you to score that header against, do you know what I mean? Against City. We need you to do them type of things there because you haven't done that this season. Yeah, and remember, that's by his standards because he's all worldly. We know on form, there's not many people that can talk to Mane in world football. Like, there's not many people. Let's be real. When it comes to being at the best and at your peak, no one can really talk to Mane. Not many people. But it's just that it's frustrating because we know how good he is and he's doing defensively, as you said, the right things. But when it comes to the attacking thing, it's like, I don't know what's happened. It's that confidence thing.
Mojo in front of goal. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but then I'm still looking at games this season, like the Chelsea game. He won us that game.
Agreed. No, 100%. He's been inconsistent, isn't it? He hasn't been himself.
Lyros, Rafinha at 24 would be a great signing for 35 to 40 mil. As I said, everyone knows. It's not even a secret now. I've got a Pedro Neto agenda. Wolves are having a bad season this season.
Wow, did you see Neto the other day? Bro?
Please go and get him.
Neto was turning.
You badly want Neto, innit? You badly want Neto. Let me ask you. Can I ask you this both? Can I ask you this both quickly? Because I don't know what Carl's gonna say, but Carl, if I gave you the choice between Pedro Neto and Jadon Sancho, who are you picking? Just out of the two, and I'm gonna come to Drift next, but I might go to a slightly different player. You're picking Neto.
I'll quickly explain why. I think, again, I rate Sancho highly.
Yeah, of course.
I'm thinking about future-proofing, but also options going forward. We've got Mane and Jota who can cover the left-hand side. Neto and Salah for the right-hand side would be crazy. Crazy.
But bro, Neto can actually play left as well, bro.
I know, and Jota
Yeah,
can
play
play
left.
right as
All
well. Traditional and
Drift.
inverted. Traditional and inverted. I want them both.
Bruv,
I want them
let me
both.
see.
Neto is better than Sancho. Facts. He
See,
is.
I wouldn't go that far. I
He
would not go that far, you know. Because
he
here's the
is.
thing.
He is.
Neto's having the best season.
What Sancho's done for the last 2 years, Neto cannot talk to Sancho. It's just that Sancho's having a bad year. He's had a failed transfer, a big transfer, and he hasn't picked his head up. He's been sulking. That's the honest truth. It is what it is. I think if you look at
like he looked like he was all right to not get that transfer. It wasn't like he was bugging and pushing for it and then it didn't go through.
Believe me and Cal knows he wants out of Germany, bro. He wants out of Germany, bro. I can't. Like, Cal's smiling because Cal knows, isn't it?
Leave me out of this.
All right. I'll take it back because this stream might get taken down.
Yeah.
But
leave me out of this.
I'll put it like this,
you
bro.
genuinely do think that Sancho is better than Neto, yeah?
I just think, in my opinion, you can't discredit what Sancho's done because what he's done for the last, say, 2 seasons has been sensational. Whereas, in my opinion, this is Neto's true breakout season. So I'd like to see what Neto can do the following season. Because sometimes when you're on unknown quantity, like, let's see if you can repeat that. Like when people used to talk about Salah, not on the same level, but it's like,
Neto
is he that
played
one?
well last season, bro. I wouldn't say
No.
Right,
Adama Traore played better than Neto last season, and this is why I was going to come on to you, Drift. If I could say to you right now, because this is going to be interesting, are you picking Adama Traore or Neto if you could pick one for this season? For next season, who are you picking?
No.
Now, what? All right. So why have you gone to Neto? Because last season you were saying, look at Adama. What's that?
He would suit our system better.
We said this in the summer, innit, man? We got blasted, bro.
I say no more. I'm saying no more.
Blasted.
Quarter Jones.
To hear.
I don't even remember having that conversation.
Oh, I bet you don't.
Oh, of course not. Never.
Me not speak English.
Bro, the Niles.
On a good note, Arsenal 11th, Leeds are leading 2-0. Boy, Arsenal are in the mud. No beats. Mane's head never down. He doesn't sulk, etc. But I'm not going to give it.
Bob, we got to admit that is a good quality to have.
What's that?
But neither's Bobby's, though. I'm not going to give Bobby credit, though, for that.
No. I've seen Bobby walking around sulking. I have.
No, we don't, bro.
I have. Remember, I told you the smile was gone. Like, you could tell he wasn't himself.
Yeah, but just because you're not smiling doesn't mean you're sulking.
No, but he was walking around like that, bro.
Yeah, because he probably just missed a chance, bro. I don't want man's head up smiling after you just missed a chance.
No. Anyway, speaking of English.
Drift, just quickly. Sorry, Cal, just quickly. Drift, do you still believe that Adama Traore is a better dribbler than Salah? Just out of interest.
Subtitle, speaking of English.
All right. We'll throw it out of court. We'll just throw it out of court. It never happened.
No, all jokes aside, just because Adama's not playing that well this season, we can't just be reactionary.
I know, I'm joking, but at the same time,
Adama's still a quality baller, bro.
No, he is. But I used to say to you, in my opinion, and again, you might disagree, but I used to say, bro, he's very one-dimensional. He gets the ball and he just drives byline.
I think that's what he's told to do. I swear, I do.
Just stop that, man. That's all he can do, bro. That's what he does.
Aspect Limited. Which of Salah Mane would you sell if it meant getting Grealish and Neto 1 out, 2 in? Not that I'd want to let any go, but under FSG, we will see it at some point.
Which one of Salah? I'm not answering that question. Yeah.
I'm not even trying to skip this question. I genuinely don't know. I'd flip-flop every single day if you ask me. You could argue Neto comes in and is more of a direct replacement for Salah than him coming in as a direct replacement for Mane. But at the same time, no one's giving us the goal output that Salah does. So I'm not avoiding the question. So I hope you don't think I am avoiding it. I genuinely can't answer because I don't know. I don't know.
Speaking of English.
We Lord name. No. Go on, Carl. Read out the next one. I don't know.
This is not me writing this super chat before anyone thinks I'm on an agenda. By
no. Go on.
We Lord Neymar for scoring, assisting, creating. Salah does the same. Yeah, Mane this season has been poor in all three metrics. Who mentions Neymar defending?
No, but that isn't.
You are in the mud right now. Oh,
no. That isn't fair because people do mention Neymar defending, and that's what a lot of people say.
You lot never mention his defending.
What do you mean?
If we're talking about being an all-round player, then we would. We only talk about him from an attacking sense. It's a different
you've never said. Do you want to know something?
It's a different conversation.
Yeah, because we've always said, Mane. If you look at it, if you look at it deeper, like Mane obviously does the dirty work and the defending. We've always said that, but we said based on pure talent. I think me and Drift have always said based on pure talent and ability, Neymar is better than Mane. I'm not saying better player, but based on talent and ability, you can't deny that. No, you can't.
I think what M to the O is saying is when you guys speak about how Neymar is elite and things like this, you never ever say anything along the lines of he doesn't do dirty work or any of the other things. Whereas when Salah's spoken about, a lot of the times it's not. It's brought up in conversation.
No. I think it's slightly exaggerated to say that Salah is creative. Yeah, he may assist some goals, but he's not creative.
He's our most creative player.
Nah, I don't. I disagree with it.
In the front three, he is.
But
and he has been.
No, Firmino's our most creative out of the front.
No, he's not, bro.
Statistically, Salah.
No, but I mean, you're just talking about an assist, and that's not necessarily always creativity. Like you just passed to the man who scored. Like I'm talking about unlocking the defense with like a pass no one else can see and stuff.
Salah don't do that.
Firmino does that way more than Salah does.
So hold on, we can't give Salah credit for getting an assist.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that.
I don't think that you can then go, oh, he's mad creative. I disagree with that.
I'm saying he's the most creative in our front three and has been since the moment he signed for Liverpool.
Nah, I disagree with that.
Do you know what it is? Salah does get assists. No, hear me out. Salah Salah is creative, but not on a spectrum where if I said to you, and if I used the same person, Neymar is more creative than Salah. Yeah. But that doesn't take away that Salah's not creative. Because if you look at our team, for the last 3 years, Trent Alexander-Arnold's got the most assists next to Robbo. They're the two most creative players in our team. But that doesn't take away that Salah's not creative, though. It's just that he's not on the same level. That's what I will probably say, Drift. He's just not on their man level. He's not on them level.
No, I just don't think he's the most creative player in our team. I'm not even saying he's not creative.
Not in the team.
Not in our team, because them other two are more...
Yeah, in the front three, though, I'd agree. I think he is.
I'll still say Firmino's more creative than Salah.
Yeah, he'll create more chances for the others. He just might not get the more assists.
I even think he's got the eye for it more.
No, I agree, but just that Salah will, in a weird way, Salah will always he will get more assists though. He will get more.
Dinesh, Sel, Keita, Ox, Shaqiri, Matip, Origi, by Jack Grealish. Leaves the squad kind of thin now. I'm not going to lie if we do.
That's bare man for one guy.
I get the logic because you want him in. Yeah, Dinesh, thanks for clearing up the Keita.
Bare man for one guy.
We'd be thin, but at the same time, you ask yourself, how many times do those players actually play in a season?
I'm not going to lie. If you look at Shaq, Keita, and Ox combined, Grealish has probably played more football than all three of them combined in the last 2 years. So
it's fact.
Yeah, it is.
Who would you get rid of, Matt, Cal, Drifty, or it's like that for me? I can't pick. Oh, regarding, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you.
I thought I was asking. Yeah. I was like, damn. If this goes to a vote, I might be in some trouble.
You man trying to break up the band and that.
Isn't it? I was like, raw.
AJ and his dad. Who's had more of an impact, Thiago or James?
Oh no.
If you're being honest, it's James, but it's very unfair to the way
it's subjective, isn't it? Because of look at the games he's played compared to look at the games that Thiago's played.
Plus, Thiago's impact wasn't to get more goals and assists directly; it was to give us more control over a game and create more for the players in front of him or open up spaces. So it's context and it's subjective. But so far it has been James. Khalil Hassan, Jota, Elliott, Neto, and Grealish are the future. If that is our future, then it's brighter than orange. It really is. It really is. I'd be over the moon with that. I really would be. As I said, just Neto. I need to see Neto in Anfield. I don't want to see him anywhere else. And there are a couple teams he would slot in and improve in the top 6 or the big 6.
I like Podence as well. For me personally, I'm a big fan of Podence as well.
I like Podence, but for me, Neto's the man.
I know you've been Neto for what, 2 years now, I think.
I've been on that Neto train.
I get it now. I get it now. I've been watching Neto for a minute. When he stood up Pereira yesterday, I think it was. And don't get me wrong, Pereira's been out for a long time. I know it's going to take him a while.
He has.
But the way Neto stood him up yesterday, like Hazard,
and burned him
and done him, bro. I was just.
Do you know what it is with Neto? When he does it, with Neto, he stops the ball, and he can kind of go past you, like he can come inside because he's actually quite comfortable on his right. But when he goes around the outside and he decides to accelerate, bro, he actually just gets faster and faster to the point where you're like, nah, this man can actually blow still. He can actually blow. He can blow. And the difference where I say I prefer him to Adama. Me personally, he's got a better footballing IQ. Because for me, Adama, and I do kind of get it, Drift. Adama probably is told, like, run byline and cross it in because, like, normally they'd have Jimenez there. So I'm going to talk about before he was there. And that probably was what he was told to do. But there's still times when I feel like, okay, I know you brought in, what's the guy from Sociedad, the tall striker. I can't remember his name. My mind's got blank here, but you
Gomez.
can
Is it Gomez?
No, not Gomez. You know the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, the 19-year-old. Is it not Gomez?
No. From Sociedad, they got him on loan. Jose, that's it. William Jose or something.
Oh, I didn't even know they did that.
They got a tall body, yeah. But here's the thing. I know he's tall when I know he's a target man, but you can still just like come inside and like mix it up. But he's so predominantly like right-footed, bro. He does this whole thing.
His left foot is good, bro. His left foot is good.
Bro, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, his left foot is good.
It's whack.
Bro, shall I be honest with you? Adama
he could go down the other side and cross with his left foot.
Bro, Adama's left foot is poor. It's poor. In all honesty, it's poor.
I disagree with it.
He puts do you know the thing is, with that left foot, he probably just puts cocoa butter in his sock for that left foot, and that's it. No word of a lie, fam. That's what he does. That's it.
J Finn, Neto in a more attacking team is better than Sancho. LSC is having a bad season and people go crazy. Let's just wait and see what FSG do next. Yeah, I mean, time will tell ultimately what will happen next, but I'm not massively confident. M to the O. This season, forwards only, Salah created the most. It's been like that every season since he's been here. Beats, guys, our system doesn't allow central creativity. That's why Keita and Thiago are not showing their best opinions. What do you reckon, guys?
Could quite possibly be onto something there. Not gonna lie, we do use the whip a lot, and he's got a bit of a point still. But I feel like if we had our fully fit squad this season, that would have changed.
That's where I was going to disagree with Nerbeats. I think there is some evidence to suggest what you're saying is correct. But if you look at when Fabinho plays centre mid or Hendo plays centre mid, for example, they create quite, especially Fabinho.
Yes, I was going to say that. So I think it's a case of personnel changes and in fact, no, it is personnel changes. We haven't had our normal three. There's no continuity there as well. And I think because Klopp has had to use the two centre mids in defence, it kind of leaves us going back to the whole, let's just give the fullbacks all the creativity and you guys are the workhorses, which in my opinion doesn't suit Thiago's game. And that's why he's not flourishing as probably as much as he should be, in my opinion.
Yeah. Sly Ross 1, realistically, what budget will we have in the summer? We spent 80 mil last summer, but have to pay Jota money in the summer. It will be sell to buy again. Was it?
You know what? I know. I'm always like the one who's looked at as being a bit like negative or whatever. But all jokes aside, yeah, I genuinely think the only thing we can hope for in the summer is a medium level replacement for Genie, and Kabak becomes permanent. I'm not expecting nothing the club are bullshitting us about we're going to go big in the summer. They ain't spending no 70, 80 mil on a player. Let that dream sell you by now, man. It's going to make it easier. We're going to make Kabak permanent if he plays well, and we'll get like a Basuma level, medium level player to replace Genie, and that will be it. And you'll be lucky we replace Genie because they've actually got Grujic, who's coming back from loan. So you'll be lucky they buy Genie.
Curtis Jones. Or Curtis Jones. So
that's going to be the hype, Cal. You're right. All of this training they're putting Cater through right now, yeah, it's going to be, whoa, he's back. New cast, new fights. He's back. He's ready.
Man went Turkey.
Videos.
Went Turkey.
Already. Didn't they do the one where he had Mane on his back? They're already doing it. They're trying to show us the new, stronger.
What we saying? What we saying? It's like when you go to KFC and they add some new burger, but all they did is just added lettuce to the burger. Like the burger was exactly the same. Add a bit of lettuce. It was like it's the supercharger burger with cheese. It's like,
and you know how the promo's gonna end, right? Like the very end, it's gonna be like Naby lad. Yes, Dad. That's how the promo's gonna
end. Expect limited.
Naby.
Salah is our most productive attacker, not the most creative.
I still can't believe. Sorry, Carl, to cut you. So I just got to say something quickly. Sorry.
I'll go for it.
Do you remember that video, Drift? I think we kept on talking about it, the one on Twitter where I think Salah says he says Naby's name. Bro, it sounded like some freaking child, bro. I don't know what was going on. It's like Naby. It's like, fam, how old?
Expect limited. You might actually be right the way that you phrase that. You said that Salah's the most productive, not necessarily the most creative. Again, you've got to look at productivity as well as creative. I think they kind of there's a separation.
I think creative is a close. Being creative is a mindset, not an action, in my opinion. I know it might sound like no, obviously the action has to follow the mindset, but I think it's a mindset. I think creativity is for players who see things a bit different. Kevin De Bruyne, Thiago, those type of people, they see things differently. I don't think Salah sees those type of things, but he does play important roles in goals being scored. I think it's different. That's why I just don't think I would ever call Salah creative.
Fair enough. Connor,
would you call Sterling creative? He gets loads of assists. I wouldn't call him creative.
Sterling doesn't get that many assists.
He don't. He's more just.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's just more goals, bro. He's just goals. He'll get like 5
assists, obviously, but like he still gets assists for City.
Nah, bro. He's not an assist maker, fam. He's not. Do you know what? That's what I would say. Salah is actually like leaps ahead of Sterling when it comes to being creative.
He's better than Sterling, full stop. But...
No. But I'm just saying, in terms of being creative, Salah's like on another level compared to Sterling.
It's another level. Connell, think Neto will go City and we will get Rafinha. If he goes City, that will hurt.
That's gonna hurt you, bro.
Oh my, you lot.
Naby. Is he the be all end all though, Cal? Like if we don't get, I know you want Neto, but is there other players that you just like you've seen?
I'll tell you what it is though, man. It wouldn't just be Neto, it'd be because I wanted Musa Diaby as well, but he signed a new contract, and then it would be Neto.
Yes. Like, Musa Diaby, what the left-footed brother?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, bro, he's serious, German league, innit?
Yeah, man. I do my scouting. Scouting.
No. I'm not far behind you. He's serious. He's serious still. He's serious.
Quality.
I like him.
Faisal, remember when Nico had Adama in his pocket at left wing? It's still.
But don't get me started with Adama. Oh, look, Drift's back. I won't even mention Adama's name.
Dinesh Jota can be our secret agent to buy Neto. I hope so.
He needs to be.
What gives me encouragement? I know I'm built up a whole story in my head, but you see, Neto at Wolves are not performing well this season. So you see his price tag, and being a pandemic and all that, they may have to lower them expectations on what they get. Michael Edwards could say, you know what, I've been there once, I can go there again.
I'm
know
just
the
saying, the
colour-
new
I think we
Southampton
paid a
count.
similar amount that we paid for Joe.
Yeah,
No,
bro,
you can get
45
him cheaper.
no, yeah, I'm good.
You'll
Sign
get
me
him
up.
cheap. If they don't, because remember, they're not doing as well as last season. You potentially may be able to get him cheaper than what you got Jota. And remember, we've been there before, so we can go there again.
45
It's like
mil,
Southampton,
45
bro.
mil.
Once you
Take-
open that door will always be open for my man and for us. We just come in whenever we want, bro.
Throw
You
in
know
a
what I'm saying?
Origi, bro. Throw in a Origi.
Yeah, throw him in. Throw him in.
Musa
You know
LFC.
you would.
Salah is actually our most creative player and creates the most for us across a season. And in most games right now, he's in the top 10 for chances created in the league and in our team. Only Robbo has more. Telling you, he's got numbers behind
You know
his.
what? I don't want to
does,
start.
he
I don't want to
does.
start acting like I've got an issue with Salah because obviously I don't. But in my mind, I'm trying to remember games and moments in games, and I'm thinking, first of all, this is a player we always say is too greedy. Yeah. And I think most people agree with that across the last 3 seasons that he's been very greedy, especially when he's in the box. And then I'm trying to think to myself, when was there a moment when I was like, that was a great build-up play from Salah with the great assist? Like I'm just trying to wrap my brain and remember what moments these are for him to be called our most creative player. And
It's
it
not
could
just-
just be me. People show me and remind me that maybe I'll take it back. But I'm just thinking now, I'm like, Salah creative. At what point in any game do I ever think, Salah's on it, that pass, this, da. I don't remember that ever happening. Am I bugging or?
You're not. Well, I can immediately think of one against Midtjylland. He set up Origi,
Yeah.
Origi, and Origi missed.
Yeah, that was a good pass.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, you can't just have the odd passes and then be called the most creative player.
But he does it quite
No,
regularly, bro.
He does. He
Fabinho's
does.
more creative than Salah, in my opinion.
Who?
Fabinho's more creative than Salah, in my
No.
opinion.
He's
That's
not,
just
bro.
mad. When he's playing in
He's
midfield, I think he does more of those
Bruv,
type of creative passes.
Bro. Salah is not creative again, like on the same level as like I don't know, like a KDB or whatever. But bro, he does get assists, and again, you can't just say, "Oh, because he gets assists, he's creative." But even though Salah does have that massive, like, kind of selfish nature where he wants to score the goals, he does still have that point where he's like, "I will get an assist," and that kind of happens when he has a goal already. So it kind of changes the way how he plays, bro. In my opinion, when Salah's comfortable and he's got a goal, he's relaxed, and that's when you see him get the assist, bro. Remember, Salah does this thing, you know.
Would you not say crossing the ball makes you creative?
Say that again,
Yeah.
sorry?
Depend on when you're picking your moments. Yeah.
See, because I wouldn't. I think crossing the ball is. Would you call crossing the ball being creative?
Yes, to a degree. Not all the time, because it can just be like, as we would say, spamming. But then a lot of Trent's like assists from the last season have been crosses.
And KDB as well.
And Robbo.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, where it is though, Drift?
I think you're thinking of the flair again, Drift. I think you're leaning on the flair again.
No, I'm not leaning on the flair. I'm just thinking about players who I would call creative, like Bergkamp, De Bruyne, Coutinho, Neymar. Players who I would just call, I'm just throwing a couple names, people I would call creative. Those players, they do stuff in games and they see things that's different. They open up defenses with their passing and their vision.
Some of the best players of their generation.
No. But what I'm saying is, I don't necessarily think that. Me personally, I don't think crossing is creative. I just think crossing is a skill within itself that if you get good at, it creates goals. But I wouldn't call it creative. Creativity for me is a mindset. I don't think. Do you get what I mean? Like that for me, that's what creativity is. It's a mindset. It's seeing things others don't see.
He gets most of his assists from crossing.
Yeah,
but I don't necessarily think it's fair to say that Trent is creative. Like,
no.
Would
you say KDB is?
No, but KDB might do a lot of those low kind of crosses, yes. But there's loads of times and he'll float in the middle. And the pass, no one else will see it. He'll just do a little pass and you're just ooh. Like, that's creativity for me. Like, seeing what others don't. You know what? Naby. Remember that goal that Naby set up against Aston Villa in the lockdown?
Yeah.
You see that? That's creativity. Nobody saw that. Do you get what I mean? It's just not an aimless like cross into the box and then someone gets on the end of it. Like, I don't know, man.
Sometimes crossing is being creative, but obviously when you over spam it, it is a bit like now you're just spamming crosses for no. You're just hoping something comes up. But being a good cross of the ball is being creative because, like, look at David Beckham. David Beckham, as you would say, or a lot of people would say, he was creative. A lot of Beckham's assists came from crosses, but Beckham didn't spam it.
I wouldn't call Beckham creative.
Beckham was what?
No, I just think he was spectacular at crossing.
Drift, I gave you the olive branch and you just dashed it to the side. David Beckham's not creative.
I rate Beckham.
Oh, Lord, my mercy.
He's just an amazing crosser.
Somebody please speak to Drift. Drift. Beckham not creative.
Joe K. Not trying to be controversial, but yes, Salah has scored a lot of Prem goals, 6 being pens. His overall performances have been very, very poor this season. That's the one time I'm going to disagree with you, Joe. I don't think they've been very poor. I don't think any of our front three's been amazing this season by any stretch. No. But I think Salah's definitely been the best of the front three this season.
Yeah.
He's been the best of the front three, yeah.
Jammer, Pep's the GOAT. Disagree, but is a top quality manager. Bro, Bex wasn't creative.
I don't know what to say.
I wouldn't.
What it is, Drift?
Did you see what he did, bro?
I was going to say, and the difference between being creative, because you can be creative from playing amazing crosses. You can be creative from being a Ronaldinho. There are different ways of being creative.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Being a great crosser is being...
Probably why we have to agree to disagree, but I think being creative isn't about just long balls and crossing. That's
Johnny is no Drift. Not everyone could be Neymar. Not everyone could be Ronaldinho. Not everyone could even play that killer pass, like say, like I don't even know, like a Zidane. Sometimes your creativity can be your crossing is so good. Remember, when you're a great crosser like Beckham, you're being creative because no one can play a cross like you. You can actually annihilate 3 people with one pass. That's being creative. When you can bend the ball in that half space, yeah, bro? Like KDB and Beckham.
Again, you're going, then you're being so specific. Because, yes, if your cross is from an angle that's outrageous and you just take like 5 people out the game with your cross, yeah, that's a bit different. But I'm just talking about generic crossing. Generic crossing is not creativity.
No, not generic.
There are levels to what we're talking
I'm bringing special. Beckham was a special and
his crossing was sensational. I rate Beckham, you know that. But if somebody said to me, is David Beckham a creative player? I would say no. I just think he was a brilliant passer with the ball. But he wasn't, for me, he wasn't the one who was for me, Paul Scholes is more creative than David Beckham. That's for me. You know what I'm saying?
He might have been, but that's not. You're taking away from Beckham.
And I rate Beckham. You lot know that already, but I wouldn't.
Since Salah got that Christmas tree, we fell hard. M to the O. Man wants a mode to score and create what the effort the others doing. The other two ain't really done much this season, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I can agree with the drifties.
Can't look like you've been shocked.
Bro,
can't look like you've been starstruck. I was like, what?
You know, Beckham could pick out a pass from anywhere on a football pitch.
Yes, I know.
I remember I just said his question as an example.
At all, yeah. I'm just saying I wouldn't call him. For me to call you a creative player, creativity has to be of a certain level that other people, where you see things other people don't see. And for me, David Beckham was capable of unbelievable long-range passing and crossing. But I still think people will see it. They're just not able to do it. It wasn't like he would see something nobody else could see at all. He was just the one who had the ability to do it. Whereas when you're looking at Bergkamp and players like that, they saw things that you just didn't even see. You didn't even realize.
All right.
That's creativity for me.
I'm gonna say one thing, and then we're gonna stop it here. Was Gerrard creative?
Yeah, because Gerrard did things you didn't see until he did it. You'd be like, oh my God, where did he get that from? That's creativity for me.
So Gerrard was creative, but Beckham wasn't. That's what you're telling me.
Beckham didn't have any creativity at all.
No, Jim.
You're
changing.
No. I wouldn't describe him.
You said Beckham's not creative, bro. You just said that a minute ago.
I wouldn't describe him as a creative player, no.
Jabba, Pep's tactical change to 4-4-2 changed the game. I think it was more Alisson that changed the game, if I'm going to be honest. But Pep did tactically outclass Klopp yesterday as well.
Apart from Alisson, I don't know if I would say totally
I'm not saying he mastered. I think he just outclassed him on the day. I think Pep did yesterday.
Yeah, he did. I think he did.
Genie Houdini, afternoon, fellas. You remember on You Got Served when Sonny betrayed Omarian's crew in the dance battle? That's how I felt towards Alisson.
I've never had an ill feeling towards Alisson before. It feels very foreign to have this feeling I have, but my feelings are quite deep for him at the moment.
I'll go one better. Have you lot seen All of Power now?
No.
Have I seen what? Sorry.
Have you seen Power all the seasons? Please tell me you've seen Power.
1 to 5. Yeah, 1 to 5.
You haven't seen season 6?
Not fully.
For the last one.
Before the spin-off, it was 5, wasn't it? Was it 6?
No, 6, bro.
Oh, well, I've seen them all then, yeah.
You've seen them all?
Spoil it in case there's anyone who hasn't.
Yeah. But Cal hasn't, though, innit? So, for flip's sake, Cal.
Nothing. You man can't say nothing the amount of UFC you man have missed. Did you watch UFC at the weekend, you man?
Bro, I don't.
I didn't think so.
I'm talking about Power.
No.
Don't change the subject. We're talking about
attitude with me when I come in there week in, week out, and you man ain't watch UFC and I have to keep my mouth stum. For months this has been going on.
Does anyone else do this? Yeah, I know Matt doesn't do this. I just want to know if I'm alone in this. You start watching the series, yeah, and you just get into it and you're just flowing and it's beautiful and you're loving it and you're engaged. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, I'm looking forward to tonight when I can watch another episode, yeah. And then you get down to like 1 or 2 episodes left, realize there's a whole year till the new season, and you think, no, I don't want to finish this yet because I can't wait. No, I need to hold on. And you just slow down, and then you maybe only watch like 1 episode every 2 weeks or something. Like, is it only me who does that? I know Matt though. Matt just bangs it out in 1 day.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I can't wait, bro.
I still ain't finished Transformers season 1, bro.
Are you joking? Nah, do you know what? Yeah, let's just end the show, bro.
I even slowed down on Cobra Kai because I realized I was going too far.
Bro, if you started Cobra Kai before me.
I know, bro.
Well,
read that super chat, Carl. I'm done with Drift today. He hasn't even seen Cobra Kai season 3.
Drift, in terms of creativity, you're thinking about a player who offers a variety of ways of being creative, i.e. crosses, through passes and movement. A-Spec Limited. Creative players have the ability to play key passes, goals. Productive players will play the cross and hit areas. Beckham.
That's a very good way to put it. And Trent would go in the Beckham one. I wouldn't necessarily call him creative. He just got the ability to hit areas and it's danger areas. But I'm not going to argue against you lot saying Beckham's a creative player if you want. Like, I'm not going to be like, you're chatting rubbish. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
No, fair enough.
But guys, we're going to wrap up there. We've got a members video we'll be doing tomorrow. We've also got a special video coming out for you this week. You guys have asked for it, so we're going to give you our favorite LFC 11, our personal favorite players, not who we think the best LFC 11 is. So that will be dropping this week. And then we've got a Leicester preview. And then we've got Rival Watch. So we've got loads of shows for you this week, guys. So make sure you keep up to date with socials, etc. Mr. Krusty Krabs FSG. Klopp ain't getting no back payment from me. Don't effing kill me. By the way, Krusty Krabs, you've been brilliant this show. Guys, before we go, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. This show was lit. Now it's time for the Big Sticks. Yes, go and check out Turkish's channel for the Big Sticks show. Absolutely brilliant show, brilliant channel. We love Turkish over here. Still trying to get him to become a Liverpool fan, so that's in the works, along with Pedro Neto and basically getting Origi more game time and Naby out the basement. So those are our 4 agendas: Neto, Naby out the basement, Origi playing striker, and Turkish become a Liverpool fan. You heard it here first.
And guys, don't forget to go and check out the Views review that dropped a few hours before we went live. Loads of good opinions and stuff, and big up everyone who jumped on that as well. So yeah, make sure you go check that out right now.
Indeed. But guys, massive thank you as always. Nothing but love for you guys. Smash the like button. Till next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we are out, people. Take care.
Peace.